this point.
Just give them both one.
Why not?
Just
Split
to
it.
watch the internet meltdown
Yeah.
from that decision. That would be
pick-
hilarious.
It's
Piss
like
them
the high jumpers in the Olympics, where they like share
yeah,
the
they
gold
share.
medal.
They're just like, yeah,
like,
we'll just
yeah, we
agree
can
to-
both be world champions. Okay.
Or they could go full Solomon, cut the trophy in half.
That'd be sick.
What is up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to the final episode of the What the Fanboy Show, at least as we know it. Never know, it could get revived in the future as something a little different.
Look, man, all we see in Hollywood these days are revivals. So
That's true.
You can never say never.
That's what we're really doing, is we're setting up our own potential success with a sequel in the future.
Yeah, a reboot will 15 years from now when we're old and gray, and
Oh my goodness, I'm already old and gray.
Are we gonna
sir.
come back woke?
I'm getting some gray. Yes.
We're kind of already woke. We're wokish.
Ish,
Anyways,
yeah. We're like
ish.
slightly woke.
We're like-
Just our
yeah,
cast
yeah.
isn't.
Yeah.
I do have a Redskins beanie behind the camera over here.
That's
So-
that's not.
That's
woke.
not. That's not.
racist.
Oof.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Woke.
Get it out.
Woke-ish.
Anyways,
I'd say we're pretty far from woke though, also because we're usually pretty tired.
we're
True.
true.
Is the opposite of woke tired in politics?
No,
It's just
I don't know
racist-
what it would be.
racist.
I don't know. Oh, anyways.
Yeah. Final episode.
It's all gonna come out. No filter tonight. If you can't already
Will
tell.
I finally say the F word? Stay till the end to find out.
It's the final fanboy with a music note. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, they're getting it going. Getting it going early.
Love to see some people in the chat here for our final episode.
For our
Appreciate
farewell.
you guys.
the season series finale.
That's right. Series finale.
It takes like 14 years to make a
This
new season
will be
of
better than
television,
Game of
so-
Thrones.
Yeah.
I can promise you that.
Good.
All right. I like that promise. It's a promise we'll try and keep.
I think it's
Well, it
doable.
won't be hard to keep.
No,
I was gonna say, I think it's doable. So I like our odds here. Tiger Lily. Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
final episode. We'll talk more about the final episode stuff later, I think, right?
Yeah, well, we'll get it. We'll get into some, reminiscing and
Yeah.
the future and all those. Well, we got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Until then, we need to talk about any new trailers that came out this week.
I honestly have no idea. I don't think there was.
I didn't see any.
It was a really quiet week. I think there was a new trailer for the Captain America movie.
Oh, man,
I
didn't
saw a
even watch
clip.
it.
I did
But-
see a clip of Harrison Ford changing
His face, yeah.
I don't know if that's new or not, but
Yeah, I mean, I didn't watch it, but
Ooh, Angel Studios.
what do we see?
Superman. We could talk about that again. About how I'm still unsure about that.
it's either going to be the worst adaptation ever or the best.
No.
And nothing in between.
I think if anything, it will be the most adaptation we've ever seen.
I've seen some pretty okay adaptations though, so
It's gonna be right into that barrel. It's gonna be in. Here, have another. Have another.
you said barrel, and then for whatever reason, probably because I was at Disney, like 3 weeks ago, I just thought of the little red barrel monkeys. The little hook arm monkeys.
Yeah, well, you just reminded me, Osgood Perkins' next movie, the trailer comes out this
yeah.
week, and I saw like a listing of its PG, the rating, whatever the rating
Yeah.
guild is called or whatever.
Rated G.
And like one of the listing of things that were in that trailer, I was like, dog, this movie's gonna be insane. Like one of the things, spoiler alert for a trailer, I suppose, was a kid's head being crushed by a bowling ball. And I was like, interesting choice to put in your
Crazy.
trailer.
Crazy.
But
I feel
Osgood
like
Perkins.
that's Osgood's kind of.
It's really interesting to read that and think
Oh,
how different that is
this
from
is
Longlegs.
the Longlegs guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
We saw this before Nosferatu.
I think we saw like a teaser. This is like the full trailer comes out this week.
I walked
No,
in. I walked
it
in
was really
when
long.
it was going, so I didn't see the whole thing.
I saw the whole thing, and it was.
You're right. That
I
was
do
the one that
remember
It
was
was
the
really.
in the
super
closet.
serious, and then it was funny all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It was trying to be really funny. I did not like it at all.
Yeah, I guess there's a new trailer this week.
Okay.
So I don't know. I just saw the thing for it.
Well, hopefully it's better than the last one. I was really off put by the tone.
feel like that's Osgood Perkins' thing.
Yeah.
Tone is weird for that
Is
guy.
Tone weird in Long Legs?
I think it's pretty steady,
Nicolas
but like
Cage is like, I just
it's-
murdered somebody.
there are moments with Cage that are a
Yeah.
little different.
It leans into the madness though,
Yeah.
so I think it works.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, anyways, new year, last episode. Not really any new trailers, I guess, to talk about.
Yeah, I mean when you get the holidays,
We're in that time of year though
Yeah.
where they showed all the new trailers for the Christmas movies.
everybody's
and
saving
holiday
it for the
stuff.
Super Bowl now.
Yep.
So you'll
Yep,
see
not
some
gonna-
more stuff
Not going to be a ton of stuff
in
until
about
then.
a month. You'll see a bunch.
So.
Sure, we'll use a Defoe gif.
I like it.
Well, every year we have a predictions game. I say
Yeah.
every year, like we've been doing this for 7 years. The last 4 years, we've done a predictions game where at the beginning of the year we try and predict what we think will happen in movies, TV, video games. We each make about 10 predictions. I think in recent years we've kind of had like bonus predictions attached to them that are worth points as well, mostly because we're really bad at scoring points. So we need all the help we can get.
And it never helps.
And it never ends up helping, but that's okay.
I absolutely crushed it last year.
I was going to say, I can't remember our
It's
23
'cause you
results.
cheated.
Was that...
I looked in my crystal ball.
we
It's not my fault you
established
guys don't
that
have one.
Tyler just made really easy predictions, right?
Tyler was like, "Oh, a movie will be released next year," and we were like, "Good prediction."
How did we not flag that? I don't know.
A game will win Game of the Year.
Yeah.
Well, like one of them that
No, I remember your predictions were really good. and you just
Yeah.
forgot.
I know. We're just giving him a hard
Like,
time.
one of
for
them-
sure.
was Corin Sweat being casted as Superman.
Yeah.
One was Luna will shut down.
Oh, R.I.P.
I don't think that one actually happened. Maybe it did.
No, it's still going. Oh, R.I.P. Stadia.
Stadia, is dead.
Uh,
But this is 23. We're not jumping in 24, are you?
I could do.
no,
Luna
no,
on
I'm
my
looking
TV.
at 23 ones that won.
Oh, okay.
Barbie making more than Black Adam at the box office. That was kind of a home
Only
run.
made $1.8 billion, whatever.
This one was, I think, a good one. Mutant Mayhem will be the first fresh Ninja Turtle movie ever, with a
Dude,
critic score over 75%.
I remember you making that one, and I couldn't believe there had never been a
Yeah.
fresh Ninja Turtles movie. What is wrong with... You know what? Still, what's wrong with people? That original live-action movie was amazing. Are you kidding me? People didn't think that was fun?
Dude,
I hate critics sometimes. Piss me off.
Well, in any case, every year the slate is clean,
Back to zero.
back to zero. So we all made our 2024 predictions back in January. So we've got to wrap up our show with, of course, figuring out who won the prediction game. I think Luke's got like an algorithm over there running things. and-
Algorithm?
Yeah.
It's
Just
a
really,
Google sheet.
just
It
no,
does
lean into it. Lean into it.
It's AI.
You. Okay. Well, hey, there's a better chance I win if you have an AI thing running, because spoiler alert, I did awful this year. I don't know. I honestly don't know because I don't keep track of your guys' score. But not like to bury the lead. Brett got 0 predictions right this year.
Attaboy, that was me last year.
I go big or go home, and this year I went home.
Which is crazy because some of these should have happened.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some in there that are like prediction number 6. A major game publisher announces a game built with AI. Like there's a major game publisher that's building a game with AI. They just haven't announced it because it's become,
EA has
That's-
announced they're going to use it.
that's bad publicity. Ugh, boy, words are hard.
Bad Pulitzer.
Pulitzer.
I got one.
They'll use ways to not say AI too.
Yeah.
You're like
Generative,
stable diffusion.
generative,
Blah, blah.
what is it called? Procedurally generated.
Yeah.
That's what they'll use.
Machine learning.
Yeah.
Grafted onto quantum.
Welcome to this
Man,
procedurally generated.
Just come out right and say it. To be like, it was one guy in his basement using ChatGPT. or something.
ChatGPT and Unreal Engine.
Yeah.
I just whipped it up.
Tiger Lily, we'll be talking about Golden Globe stuff here in our news section in a minute for sure. So just hold on.
Fun times.
Hold on for just a few, and we'll get there. Yeah, no, I had some big swings. I thought Deadpool 3 would reset the MCU. That was a little to no chance of happening.
Far from it.
Thought Despicable Me 4 would be the highest grossing film in 2024.
Far
Thought
from
those
it.
those
Wait.
kids. No, yeah, pretty far from it.
How much did it make?
I didn't look at the total.
Which one?
Recently?
I thought
Despicable
it still
Me
made a
4.
bunch.
Oh, it didn't do bad, but a bunch of other films just did way better.
Did you have it making $1 billion? Or
I didn't say.
Oh, okay.
Let's see, 2024. Anyways, so sad day for Brett, but that's okay. Did you guys have any predictions that did hit?
I had one. And several that were almosts.
Dude, those are the worst.
So
I'd rather be completely wrong than get an almost.
the one I got, Gear 6 will be announced in the summer,
Yeah.
which that happened. It's Gears E-Day. Another one that was an almost, a new Halo game being announced. Kinda. I mean, we had the rebranding of the studio.
Yeah.
A couple, like, little project things that they're doing, but not an official, like, game is happening.
Right.
The simulation rights to the NFL will officially be shared between EA and another studio, and I had 2K as that guess. I think 2K is officially starting to build their case for a non-exclusive license negotiation. So, like, it's in process. It's just not quite happening yet.
Right.
I think my favorite prediction, I have two that I really liked that didn't actually come to be. Best Buy will announce bankruptcy and close physical stores.
That was a great prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that'll happen.
Yeah, I think it's coming. It obviously didn't happen this year, but I
They've-
thought there was a
they've done-
really good shot.
They've done enough to like pivot their business to include like
Refrigerators
Like,
and
yeah.
washing machines. Yeah.
like
Well,
large
they're just-
appliances
they're just
and
Sears now.
vacuums
Yeah, exactly.
and
They
yeah.
just replaced Sears.
There's Sears who sells video games. I don't know if Sears used to do that or not, but
I mean, even the video games thing is
it's dwindling.
dwindling. It's
But-
more like it's computers and then appliances.
The reason I made that prediction was strictly because, like, they cut off physical media on movies.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, I don't know if you guys have gone to Best Buy or been driving through Newmarket at, like, 7 p.m. They cut their hours, like, significantly.
Yeah.
They close super early now. And so I was like, man, they're about to axe this thing. It's done for. Obviously didn't happen, but I thought that was a really good one. And then this one, I just really learned that the Game Awards doesn't care about American football. I said a sports title will be nominated for Game of the Year, EA Sports College Football. Now, while that did not happen, it wasn't nominated for anything, which is bizarre to me.
Mm-hmm.
It did become the best-selling sports game in the United States.
Let's go.
It passed FIFA, which I think is insane.
That is crazy.
Because FIFA sells like hotcakes every year,
Yeah.
and CFB outsold it.
Even America. Like
Yeah,
yeah, FIFA's still gonna outsell worldwide, but
but
in
like
America, FIFA always does
incredibly
phenomenal.
well. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean it's a huge deal here.
Which is surprising. This is just a really well-made sports game.
Yeah, I mean it's fun.
Yeah.
You convinced me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not the biggest soccer fan in the world. I've recently started watching the Premier League like a year and a half ago, but it does some things that like Madden and others don't, and I think that's what sets it apart. And its online community is really really good. So I think that's what makes it so popular. People love to play each other. So yeah, those were the two I was really excited about. But the one I got right is Gear 6, or Gears E-Day. My second part of that prediction was that it would be coming to PlayStation, and that has not yet been confirmed.
It's happening.
But I think it's happening.
100%
I think it's
happening.
100% going to happen. That actually may be something we talk about in news. Like the big rumor right now is that Xbox is looking at bringing everything to PlayStation like as soon as possible. So
no exclusives.
yeah, so which ultimately I think is a good thing, but another conversation for another time.
Yep.
So yeah, Luke, how'd you do? How'd you fare?
I got 2 right.
Oh baby,
Big winner
Big
over
winner.
here.
Let's go. Back from the brink of nothing.
are you gonna have Brett play control?
Yeah, maybe he'll beat it by the
Was
time
that
he's
one of your
80.
predictions?
I have it as a joke in my
Okay.
bonuses.
Okay.
And no, I did not beat Control.
I'm pretty sure in my bonus, my backup was like, you won't beat Control or Alan Wake.
Both true statements. Still hasn't happened.
The first one that I got right was I predicted we would finally get our Metroid Prime 4
Yes.
trailer.
Yes.
And that was the best day ever when that
Thank goodness.
dropped.
And you got a release window to boot. Which
we did.
I believe it's like spring of 25 or something.
Well,
like
then
that.
I got 3 points because my other prediction was release date of spring 2025, but I didn't think they had announced
Metro. I'm gonna confirm. I thought they did.
that.
You've already won, but you may get to,
Yeah.
pad those stats a little bit.
I'm running the score up. Let's see, where else can I? Is Tom Cruise doing that space movie?
Oh no, they did give it a release window, but they just said 2025. They didn't say spring.
Okay.
I thought they said
Only 2
spring,
points. Okay.
but still. At least you know it's
I
coming
think it's
this
a great
year.
release window. I
Yeah.
think they should do it. So there's the first one. The other one that I got was I said 2 of the 3 Sony Spider-Man spin-offs
Ooh, this is good.
will be 20% or lower on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
And Madam Web and Craven were both under 20, so I got that. I was this close, though, to getting a bonus point, and I said 1 will be under 10. Madam Web is at 11 right now.
Wow.
So if any critics want to throw their rotten review to that by the end of the show, give me another point. That'd be awesome.
How quick can I sign up to be a critic?
A certified critic. How fast is that?
Might be a while.
Application
Actually, since your
process.
critic platform is
Going away?
I was close on my Destiny prediction for almost all year, and then they announced.
Which was?
I said there won't be a new expansion next year.
Oh.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
they're like, there won't be. There'll be 2.
And we're like, what? Where's Destiny 3, please?
Dude, for real.
For the love of God.
It's getting ridiculous now. Like, Act 3 is launching tomorrow. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I saw that trailer. I was like, oh, I'll watch that.
Dude,
Oh, it looks like everything else we've done.
I watched it and I was like, I'll probably play it. Because I beat Indiana Jones and I don't have a current game.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Maybe I'll finally play Phantom Liberty.
Oh.
Man,
yeah.
one I thought I really liked that I was hoping would come true, even though I knew it wouldn't, was I predicted James Gunn was going to write a Christmas special
Ooh.
for Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy.
That would, yeah.
But my other prediction was Margot Robbie would direct it.
Ooh.
Like,
It's
get
a
her
great
right-
prediction. I love it.
I'm gonna keep that one on the burner because I think that one could happen.
Yeah.
Especially the first part with just like the Christmas special.
Yeah.
I like your odds.
Eventually. One day.
Yeah. But 2 points, I win.
Luke is the champion.
Oh, feels good.
Way to go out on a high there.
Dude, I can't believe they didn't even announce a director for a Death Stranding movie.
Who did you have predicted?
Guillermo.
That makes
Yeah.
so
And
much
I didn't get a
sense.
single person.
He's working on Frankenstein right now.
I don't care about Frankenstein.
I still
I
think
don't. I
it'll
don't.
be,
I shouldn't say that. I don't. I just want a director announced. I need
Sure.
to know this thing is real.
I still think is it Gareth Edwards?
Yeah.
I think he's gonna end up being the
I think
guy.
Gareth Edwards would be great. I'm very curious
I'd like to
if
see
his...
Jurassic World 4 first.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if Jurassic World 4 is successful, I wouldn't be surprised if they rope him in to do a few more.
I think it's gonna be some
He
guy.
did the creator, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has been kind of he's that, like, weird, like, I say weird in a great way, like, in the bestest ways. Like, he's that weird indie darling who also has done
Big
franchise films and, like, is seemingly well liked enough to, like, keep getting
things.
invited back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you have some some directors who will dip their toe in and like, nope, never again.
Yeah.
Not doing that. Or you get so wrapped up in it that it's
Or
like you
they
lose that sense of what made you special as a filmmaker.
Or they are now on the run and being hunted to be killed, like the dude who did Kong Skull Island.
Kong Skull Island. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Jordan Vogt Roberts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Homeboy is like hiding from some. Who's he
Solitaire.
hiding from?
What a weird, like the Vietnamese mafia, I believe.
Yeah, like such a strange.
What a weird thing, and I'm so sad that we haven't gotten more movies from him.
Yeah.
But you,
Well, he was
stay
like
safe.
He was
Stay
supposed to
safe.
make a Metal Gear film. Wasn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
And like it was moving forward. They had cast Oscar Isaac, I believe, or were heavily rumored to be in discussions, and then it just all fell apart.
Dude, it's crazy.
Did you guys have any predictions that you knew weren't coming true?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And they were just so stupid and ridiculous, but you had to predict them anyway? Put it deep in your heart, you were really
Yeah,
hoping what happened.
the Holdovers being the biggest winner at the 2024 Academy Awards. That was one where it was like, there's a sliver of hope that the Academy knows what they're doing. And
I don't even remember what one.
it got quite a few noms, I think. I don't remember how well it did.
No, what won Best Picture?
What won Best Picture? What was last year?
2024.
Well, it'd been 23 movies.
Trick question.
Despicable Me 4
No, that did not win.
hold on. Because I have the page up. It made $969 million. So almost $1 billion.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Best.
Yeah, I had a couple that I thought were fun, but I definitely didn't want to happen and didn't think would happen. One of those was a Back to the Future reboot will be announced with Zemeckis.
It was Oppenheimer.
It was Oppenheimer. Yeah, that's right.
With Zemeckis returning to direct. I never in a million years thought that would happen, but Zemeckis has been doing some really weird stuff.
I
True.
would have hated that
Oh, you would have.
so
Oh, yeah.
much.
I knew you would have. That's why I put it on my prediction.
I would have lost my marbles.
That's why I put it on my list, because I knew you would hate it. The other one I knew wouldn't happen, but was hopeful for, Mike Flanagan's Dark Tower series, will cast its gunslinger. I didn't think that would happen. That project is just...
He's so busy. That project is probably
It's just on
a few years
in
out.
incubation.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he's doing so many other things that like he can't get to it. At least not like he wants to.
Yeah.
And I think part of the problem is people are throwing money at him, and he just like can't say no. You know, when the window of making a ton of money as a filmmaker isn't necessarily huge. So like when you have that chance, I feel like you have to take it.
Yep.
And so I even put as like my bonus thing, I put no clue. Like I don't know who he's gonna cast. I don't know what the scale of that show for him is.
Right.
You know, I have no idea. I would assume somebody from his other shows he's made.
Someone he knows, yeah.
And then the other one, the Nintendo and Xbox announcing a partnership.
Man, that's been on my list a couple
That
times.
would allow
over the
for them
years.
to release like some of their we had Mario Rabbids with Nintendo and Ubisoft. I was thinking it would be a mascot kind of thing, like a Mario and I don't know. I guess they have Crash now, but something like that.
Did none of us have a new Star Wars prediction this year? Like,
I don't think so.
because they announced all those movies this year.
Yeah, no, we've had them for every year prior, but not this year.
I'm telling you,
We
man,
were all
when
like,
you predict it,
this.
there's no way it will happen. Or it's the opposite.
Yeah.
Mine was Anthem reboot.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
That's another one. I'll never take it off the list.
Which I mean, like one of their big producers like came out this year and was like, we should redo this. Like, let's try again.
Maybe
So like,
it
there's
just shouldn't
definitely
be
discussion.
BioWare.
Somebody's
Yeah.
talking somewhere,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Yeah, the weirdest one of all the prediction things for me, I predicted Division 3 like every year, and then finally last year it happened, which was cool. So this year I replaced it with Gears, and then that one happened. I was like, I'm on a heater.
Can you predict Anthem reboot in your spare time?
I'll predict it for 2027.
That'd be super great.
No. 6.
I don't think that'll happen. I think it's at least 2 more years away if they're gonna do it.
Oh, when it comes out?
No,
For it to come out
Like
in
to announce it.
2027?
to announce it.
Oh, no. They're going to announce it this year.
Is BioWare still holding it?
It's EA. EA can.
So I guess they'd have to give
Yeah.
it to a different studio.
I said Respawn last time we talked about.
Dude,
this.
that'd be sick. They'd be such a good pair for it.
I think it would. Yeah, I agree.
After their last Jedi
Oh
game.
man, what's going on? There's a new.
What in the chat?
Sorry, I need to read.
Dino
this.
Crisis reboot, please. Dude, weirdest reboot announcement this year though, Turok.
Yeah.
That looks nothing like a Turok game
No.
other than dinosaurs, but I'm here for it. Like, I used to love Turok.
I never played it.
It was so cool.
Turok was one of
It
those.
was nothing like what they showed at the Game Awards though.
My video game childhood is very limited.
Yeah, I had like, what did I see at other people's houses?
Yeah.
Was like my video game experience. 'Cause I didn't have a way to play video games at home until maybe like I think middle school. I got like a little handheld, like the Game Boy Color
Dude,
or whatever.
I
But
loved,
even then, it was like I had two games. I had a football game and I had a Pokemon game,
dude,
and that was it.
I loved my Game Boy Color.
Dude, I had a Game Boy Pocket, black
Also
and white.
sick.
And
Played
we had
some
a,
weird fishing game that was a Pokemon ripoff and the Speedy Gonzales game.
My parents had like a one game a year rule where they'd only buy me one game a year.
Oh,
It was
wow.
very unspoken. It was just like, well, have you beaten that other game yet? No.
No wonder you don't beat games now. You were like punished into doing it. And now you're like, I don't have to beat them, so I can just buy whatever I want.
That's right. No, but it's interesting having a kid now who's playing
Yeah.
games, and then she's like, "Well, can we get this? Can we get that?" I'm like, "I just got you this game, and like we have all these other ones that you haven't played," and like mostly it's because both Nintendo and Sony don't do a great job of sales. Like they're very like, "Hey, we know this game's been out for 4 years, but it's still $60."
I think Sony does okay.
I feel like you think Sony does okay because you see a lot of their like
Old stuff?
deal, like their either their old stuff or they're like, hey, you're one of our what was it called, PlayStation Plus members, and here are a bunch. Xbox does a good job with their Game Pass,
Yeah.
and like games with gold, and I know that's kind of faded out, but I don't know, like I don't feel like they're. If I'm looking to buy like an older like Horizon game, it's like I'm just gonna go over to GameStop and well,
An older Horizon game?
they're both.
They're
old,
going to make you
yeah.
buy the remaster.
Exactly, right? So it's
The
I don't
old one
know.
isn't on the market anymore.
I mean, I got Ghost of Tsushima for $20. The PS5
That's nice.
Director's Cut, like
such a good game.
$20.
That's
I've gotten a bunch of games for
Okay, well,
cheap.
so maybe I'm hating.
Like
but
Last of
also
Us is
go-
on sale right now for like $20.
None of
Like,
these games are appropriate for my child.
Hey, you just said Sony as a whole.
Astrobot.
It's not on sale. That's still a new game.
Go buy it anyway. Don't you love your child?
Astrobot
It's the one that she's been asking for, and I'm like, I just can't quite justify it yet. We gotta wait. We gotta make it like 2 more months into the new year. Like, get me away from Christmas and all the spending I spent there.
Yeah, I think
It's okay. She just started playing the second the not Breath of the Wild. What's
Tears
the
of the Kingdom.
Tears of the Kingdom, and she's loving the like fusion system, the building
Yeah.
of things. So she'll be entertained for
Master Hand or
a
whatever it's
long
called.
time now. Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, there's
I
been
hope,
lots of things in the
I
chat.
hope when the
haven't been
Switch
paying
2
attention.
comes out, it just runs incredibly well, and I can jump back into tears. Also, Trevor, no hate on Turok at all. I loved Turok. Still do love Turok. It has a special place in my heart. I even played the Xbox 360 one, and that one was not good, but I loved it.
I hate it. I've never played it, but I hate it.
That's pretty on brand with like what you see on social media these days. So,
That's true.
way to be a part of the.
Hey, I just appreciate
I
that
like
we have
joining the crowd and whatever they're saying.
Yeah.
a large spectrum of views here, from the ignorant hater to the
Gosh, I love being ignorant. It's the best.
Oh,
And it makes me
goodness.
better. So
Well, I know we're not having, at least on the show, because the show's ending. We're not gonna have like a proper 2024 prediction game. I still think it'd be fun to make some predictions and just send them, to each other.
Oh, just like
we
to
made
have.
them all throughout the year. I remember I added several to my list.
So, like, are there any in 2025 that you're like, you want to announce here?
Anthem reboot.
Okay, Luke's announcing the Anthem reboot, of course.
I had to call dibs before Tyler stole it from me.
No,
I think I'll keep one of my predictions from 2023. The Division 3's location will be announced as the Pacific Northwest.
Nice.
I think that's a very realistic.
Lore-wise,
Attainable.
in the Division, does it only happen in North America, or is it worldwide?
I believe it's only in North America.
Okay.
Because
If
it's
it
a
wasn't-
Black Friday dollar flu thing, so it's
Yeah.
U.S. currency.
Yeah.
So,
But I mean, people get sick and travel.
JT, no.
That's how the simian virus starts in
Planet
Planet of the
it.
Apes.
True.
You
That
don't
pilot.
you don't know you're
That
sick. You
idiot
get on a plane.
pilot got on a plane.
If it was
God, everyone's
worldwide, I
sick.
would predict London or something.
Yeah, if it's staying stateside, I think Pacific Northwest is a good.
I just think it would be like the drab and snowy feel of New York was really good, and like you go Pacific Northwest, it'd be like raining all the time. I just think that works really well for
Yeah.
the overall tone of the division.
Well, and I think you can blend, depending on how they do it. I think you can blend, city environments with foresty environments really easily.
Yep.
Make it very convincing.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, like you have to go out and do this thing, with you got to take this vehicle out to the woods and go down this hiking trail to find this group of people who are held up by a river, and it's so doable.
Does Division usually take place technically on in one night or one day, or is it over a long period of time?
It's over a long period of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say you could
They
put
should
it,
do seasons.
put it in Miami and it's like during a hurricane or something.
Dude, that'd be sick, actually. That'd be really cool. Miami would be interesting, too, because you'd probably get into, drug trade and all kinds of stuff
Oh yeah.
during, world catastrophe.
Right.
Effectively. And, maybe that's how you're trying to prevent it from reaching other islands or things like that. That'd be interesting.
Can you imagine the Disney World DLC?
They did Coney Island. That was cool.
Mickey Mouse is
Oh my gosh.
public domain.
Steamboat Mickey just walks up.
Collect all those Steamboat Willie bobbleheads or something.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
I like Baroque's prediction.
Which is
You want to read it?
No.
My prediction is that I go to the International Ice Hockey Federation World Juniors Championship and talk mad crap to Canadians just to have our northern neighbors win the whole thing.
Is that the plot to Mighty Ducks?
It could be.
I can't remember those movies.
Oh, I love it. That's funny.
That would be crazy, though.
That's
I mean,
great.
you'd be losing to Canada. There's not a lot of...
There's no shame in that.
No.
No shame in that.
Losing to Canadians in hockey is nothing.
Other
crazy.
predictions?
I want to keep my Harley and Ivy one, because I really do like that one.
Sure.
Even though it'll probably never happen.
I don't know, man. That feels so right for what Gunn likes to do.
My other prediction... I actually wrote this down. I should delete that one, because I actually don't think that was from our last show.
What's it?
Here's mine. My prediction is that the Hunt for Gollum movie is canned.
Oh, that would be the best day ever. That would be amazing.
We don't need it.
But now you predicted it, so now it won't come true.
Now it won't come true. Absolutely.
But you had a 0 year this year.
So I need to. Yeah, I'll get a few next year.
So
At least 2.
maybe this will be the one.
Maybe.
No, I remember when we did the predictions last year, I was like, oh, I'll save that one for next year as WB goes bankrupt.
No.
But that was before they had announced anything DC related.
Was that after? Did you hold that because of my Warner Brothers prediction, which was that they split up
split
and
sell?
yeah.
Yeah.
I had one that was they'd sell the Harry Potter IP last year.
Maybe they should.
I don't know. It's making their games division a lot of money.
Instead of casting like Roman Reigns as Snape or something. Whatever they do.
Oh.
No, my actual prediction is Destiny related.
Okay.
And it's that their new expansions they released this year are the lowest sold ever for Destiny. And it's kind of like the killing blow.
Yeah.
To where they're like, okay, we might actually have to do Destiny 3, and we're going to focus on Marathon for the next 2 years.
We might actually have to release Marathon.
Yeah.
This game we announced 4 years ago.
Here, I have another prediction. I actually think this happens for sure.
Solid prediction.
After the success that was college football's reboot, college basketball. I think they bring it back.
You know what I think they bring back?
EA is not making a NBA Live right now. Unless that's what you're about to say they bring back.
Nope.
But I think they bring back college basketball after this success.
I think they bring back NBA Street.
I hope you were right. I would take that over college basketball. Maybe a hot take. But maybe not in this room. It's not a hot take, but worldwide I think that would be a hot take.
Literally just copy paste NBA Street Volume 2 and change the people's names to current players.
I'm on board.
Man, I don't even need you to change their looks. Just change the...
Just remaster
Make it easy.
Just
Be
remaster it with new names.
Let's see. Who's the best... Where's Michael Jordan? Or who would have been the best player probably in NBA Street Volume 2?
Kobe?
Yeah.
Let's
go to Kobe and just go LeBron James.
Change his height a little bit. Call it good.
Make him a little thicker. Who's the best dunker in the NBA now? Give them Vince Carter's.
Ja Morant.
Maybe.
I mean, he's the probably most explosive, right?
They do look a little different.
They look very different.
You'll have to redesign. Because you'd have to give Ja all the dreads.
Yeah.
Oh,
And maybe
goodness.
a gun. I don't know.
His celebration after he dunks is like he pulls out a gun, he's just firing them off. Did my
he
first
doing the
desk
hit?
pop.
Oh, makes me want to watch the other guys.
See,
Good
is there
movie.
any other I could just rattle off the top of my head real quick? Because it was weird to not think about these.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not asking for 10 or any whatever. Just like
Yeah.
if there were any on the top of your mind, I was curious. So
dude, I would take any of the Street games. NFL Street, I'd take that back. Like
Never
NBA
played
Street.
that. The only one I ever played was NBA.
Dude, NFL Street was so fun. I would love that. That would be a really cool announcement.
backyard baseball's coming back, right?
It is,
So
yeah.
like maybe it's the resurgence.
Dude, that'd be sick. I don't know. I think college basketball, like for real.
Yeah.
I think that happens. I know that it's kind of a cheat, but like I know that there's been discussions. I think it'll be made official.
Yeah.
JT's. My real prediction is that the next Resident Evil game will be shown off. Yeah, I feel like we're due for that at this point. We've really only gotten the remakes.
Yep.
After 8. I mean, we haven't had a.
Didn't they do a VR version or whatever?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I think we're due for that. That is a safe prediction. I hope that happens. I liked 8 a lot. You guys came over and watched me play that at one point. I was
Yeah,
terrified.
it lasted 10 seconds.
My prediction, and I can't remember what has been said. I feel like it was addressed at some point. But Microsoft announces a handheld
Yeah,
console.
they've said that
They've kind of said they're
one.
working on it, but like I think it's like
I think they could
actually
say it's
announce
happening.
like,
Yeah.
hey, it's Project Scorpio or whatever.
Dude,
and
there
it's
was
coming
something-
in 26.
There was a rumored like leak doc thing that like I think what was it called? Might have been like Prime, Xbox Prime or something.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, it's coming in 2026, and everybody's like, oh, the next console. I wonder if it's that.
Could be something
I wonder
like
if
that.
it's the handheld where they're like, okay, the leak's getting out, let's just announce
Just
it.
announce it, yeah.
I'm trying to think of just random stuff. Ryan Johnson directs a DC movie.
Dope, I'm in.
I'll throw that one in there.
It's Identity Crisis.
No, it wouldn't be DC. It'd be something like... trying to think of the most obscure character.
One that I thought up of
Oh, here's
over
a.
the course of this year.
Sorry, I have a very weird DC
Yeah, okay.
prediction now. Go ahead.
But I think it's less likely now entering 2025 than it was maybe mid 24 was that movie theaters would actually start selling physical movies. Like
Have
would
a store.
have a storefront there where it's like, "Hey, you just watched this movie?" I mean, I know that the business doesn't work this way. You just watch this movie, come like you want to buy it and take it home or kind of a thing. I
It doesn't
know
work that way, but it should.
it should.
That would be sick.
The problem is there's just not, like, with places like Target and Best Buy and all these storefronts that aren't purchasing discs. It just means that they're not going to make the discs. It's not like they're still gonna, it's a little bit like DVDs. Like they hold on for a while, but eventually you stop making them because it's cost prohibitive. And I just don't think I think to negotiate all those deals, it will be harder. But just with, like, especially at our local Regal, the amount of merch
Yeah, they have
that
like a
pops
full
up
stands now.
now is insane.
Yep.
And it's only ever fun when I go get a popcorn and they give me a free Borderlands bobblehead because no one bought those. Because I'm not spending $18 on
They gave you that?
Claptrap. Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, we're
Where
just
is
trying
it?
to get rid of them. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. Claire has it.
Oh.
It's up in Claire's room.
Hopefully she doesn't Google climate.
Easton, we did mention backyard baseball coming back, so yeah, anything is possible for NBA Street. We're hoping. We're fingers crossed over here. Luke and I would be on that thing so quick. No, I think this is a really funny prediction. Gunn, announced the Authority movie.
Yeah.
Zack Snyder to direct it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
That would be hilarious to watch. I wonder how all the people who hate James Gunn right now would,
How they'd feel.
what the
What would
discussion
their-
would be.
Right.
Like, it's gonna be the best DC movie ever. Good job, James Gunn. We love you now. It'd be like, you know what I mean? Like, they would completely change their tone. I think that would be hilarious. I don't know who would be a good director fit for the Authority though. That's a weird.
I don't know what the Authority even is, so
It's like a unhinged version of the Justice League. They kill people and stuff.
it's like the Seven.
Kind of.
Right up Zack
Yeah,
Snyder's
that's what I'm saying.
alley.
Like it's real dark and they punch people's faces off and it's real bloody.
Hey, look, anytime Snyder has made a film with producers, executive producers who are willing to rein him in a little bit, I've liked his stuff.
I mean, one of his best movies was with Gunn.
So,
And they're definitely friends. So
yeah, for sure.
when he was doing press, he's like, yeah, I consulted with Snyder on the Superman suit.
Yeah.
And the internet was like, what? And I just kept
Man,
thinking
it's
dude,
almost like
they've worked together in the past. They're friends.
it's
they
almost
know
like
each other.
in the real world, not the internet.
Yeah.
People can actually be,
civil.
civil.
Yeah, it's like, why do you think this is so strange?
No way.
But I think that would be hilarious. I would love to see just kind of the internet response to something like that being announced.
I'm trying to think of a Ryan Johnson
DC character.
movie.
Him
What
and
would he?
him and Ben Schwartz can make their Plastic Man movie.
Like DC specifically, or just any?
Yeah,
DC.
What
DC.
DC?
Are you thinking character or storyline or?
Either. I'm trying to think of somebody witty. I'm thinking of Gordon Levitt from Brick. What character would that be?
I've not seen Brick.
I'll let you borrow it.
Maybe.
I have it.
I didn't like Brick. I couldn't.
It's very much a student film.
I couldn't get past the concept
Oh, fair enough.
of
Yeah.
this all takes place in high school.
In a high school.
And I couldn't do it.
That's fair.
And listen, that's on me. So, and then there's murder happening, and I'm just they're 14.
Why is no one calling the police?
This kid is a detective? He's 14. No, I don't know. Maybe I'll think of one by the end.
Yeah, let me know.
I'd
be curious.
I don't want to Google though. That's cheating.
Anyways,
I still think him and Schwartz making a Plastic Man movie would make sense.
it'd be fun. Give him Condiment King.
Condiment King will 100% show up in the next 3 years.
In
something.
Guns. Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I think he'll be in Peacemaker, and he will get his head blown off.
And ketchup
and
and mustard will
they'll
go
make
everywhere.
they'll make a joke about ketchup for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Well, cool. All right.
So Luke won.
Luke won.
Yeah, finally.
He gets to
and it
keep-
wasn't a tie.
He gets to
Last
keep
time I tried to do
he
it.
gets to keep the belt. So we don't have a
We
belt,
don't have a belt.
but
You
We're
may have
excited.
My figurative belt.
it was
that
a
I
good it was a good year, even though we only got 3 predictions correct collectively.
My super spicy predictions is with the success of Secret Level Warhammer
An animated.
an animated series announcement.
I mean, Prime already has Warhammer with Cavill happening, so I don't know that that's that spicy. I think that's
Man.
pretty likely.
I started the second half of that show. I literally just can't even watch it.
I need to finish it. I haven't started the second half.
I watched the Sifu episode. It was good.
The first one in the second half is The Outer Worlds. You know, it's not a bad story, but in this one, I think like the people look so dumb, like animated wise.
Sure.
Like
sure.
have huge heads. It's like I don't like looking at this.
Oh,
That show
goodness.
was such a huge letdown for me. I'll try and finish it because they're not long, but man,
I've only watched the first 2 episodes.
Golden Globes happened last night.
They did.
yeah, they did.
Luke informed me that there's some drama. There's been some drama around them.
Listen, yes, there's drama, but there shouldn't be.
Oh, okay.
The Golden Globes are fake, and I need people to realize that they're fake. And there's something like this every year at them.
Yeah, it's true.
There's always some movie where somebody wins that shouldn't even be nominated, and everybody complains about it. It's a fake award show.
Which one is it this year?
Amelia Perez.
Oh yeah, I had never heard of this, and it won multiple awards.
Yeah.
It was like won 4 awards, I think, which is the
It won Best Supporting Actress, I think. Zoe Saldana won, and maybe his lead. I don't know. I don't care. But it won Best Picture for a comedy and musical. And everybody's up in arms because like it wasn't Wicked, which is also a musical, and this movie is a musical. And I've been seeing clips of the movie, and I think I'm gonna watch it because this thing looks atrocious. It looks so bad. And I'm curious.
Watch it be like super good, and you're like, oh man,
I
this
have
is
not
great.
heard one good thing about this movie.
I've not I had not even heard of it.
In terms of, I'm just looking at some Best Picture like predictions for Oscars, and they have like the critics Rotten Tomatoes critic score, Rotten Tomatoes user score. Like all of the other, like the top 5 are all 90% plus. And then this one, which is ranked number 2, again, this is just predictions, 76%.
Yeah.
And a 65 audience score. So it's not even like it got a mediocre critic score, but then like rave reviews from an audience. The audience, I don't know. Look, and that's all. So much of it's subjective, and like you're right, Luke, in that the Golden Globes are so often just kind of a joke. It's a very inside Hollywood party for Hollywood. That for
There's a
whatever
reason they're
reason
sitting around
ABC always
tables.
decides to, or whoever, yeah, like
There's a reason they sit around tables. They're eating and they're all drunk.
it's just they're there
It's a
for
party.
a good time, and
My favorite win of the night, and I've not seen this, but I know that it's not a comedy or a musical. Lead in The Substance.
Demi Moore?
Demi Moore.
Yeah.
I've heard that movie's a comedy.
Really?
Yeah.
I heard it was like a body.
It's body horror, but I've
Yeah.
heard it's comedic.
I was shocked that it was under that category. But yeah, I thought that was just super weird.
I've heard it's more... The way I've heard it described it is that it's supposed to be like a funny movie, but then it's also gross.
Oh, okay. Well, then, never mind then. Not as funny. And I love the Vin Diesel thing.
Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, Dwayne. That honestly.
They gotta make up because they're gonna have to team up in Fast and Furious.
Yep. 11.
I can't wait.
11
Don't take
seatbelts.
don't
No,
take, don't
no,
take
say
this
it.
wrong.
Shut up.
Don't
No
take
qualifier.
This, don't.
Nope. Say what you're gonna say.
I can't wait to see them both on screen, and it'd be so obvious that they did not film together.
Cut.
See,
cut.
I'm waiting.
You're
for
gonna
them
cut
to
that
kiss.
into. I can't wait to see that film.
What a twist! By the end, they're just in love, and it ends with them kissing. Yes, like what a great way to send that franchise off. Family.
Oh,
Dwayne officially joins the family.
the family.
He has to
Through
kiss.
marriage.
But some other Golden Globe
The sexual tension is
award
undeniable.
winners. The Brutalist was best motion picture for a drama, and Adrian Brody was best actor, and Bradley Corbett, who was the director of the movie, was
He had a
best
really cool
director.
speech.
Flo won best animated.
Did you see that director's speech?
No, I
You
haven't
should
watched
watch it.
anything of it yet.
You should watch it. It was
So,
really good because he
um,
had won 2 awards, so he used
super-
his second one
Oh, nice.
to
Thank.
no,
Oh.
not to thank anybody. To
Rail.
basically speak to studios and say,
You're spending
ties.
too much on money.
No, he said
movies?
ties on Final Cut should go to the director. So like, if it comes
yeah.
down to like, neither of us can make a decision, the director should have last say.
Yeah.
And he pushed back really hard
I love it.
and kind of talked about his experience with The Brutalist, and because he was told it was undistributable.
What do we think about?
But yeah, you said Flow won. Sorry,
Yeah, no, sorry. Flo won for best animated.
I had never even heard of this movie.
I had heard of it.
It
I
was
think
made in a-
I think I saw it. I thought it was a video game
Well, it was made in a game.
in Blender.
Yeah.
Yeah. So super cool that
Yeah.
you know.
I'm pretty sure
I think
it
it's-
didn't release anywhere except like New York and LA.
Yeah, it's a Norwegian film, I think. So, Wicked. What do you guys think about the award for cinematic and box office achievement? Because that's what Wicked won.
Yeah.
This is a fake award.
I feel like that's
You made money, and we think people will watch this because of that. It's that award. We don't want to upset the masses.
Yeah, I feel like it was reminiscent of when the Oscars had the fan vote thing.
Yeah.
And they were like, we did this for a year. We're not doing this ever again.
No, shouldn't do this again. A show that I know
you know
Luke
what,
really
though?
liked. Oh, go ahead.
I did appreciate how they picked one at least that felt like it had some significance. Like people loved this movie.
Sure.
It wasn't Deadpool and Wolverine, which just made the most money.
Yeah.
And is garbage.
Truth. I agree with that.
I would fight anybody. I feel like I can argue really well against that movie that it's just garbage.
Like a physical fight? Or just.
Speaking.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, well, you started with I will fight, and I was like, oh,
Oh,
wow.
all
Fight
right.
with
That's a
my
strong
words.
stance
Yeah,
about that
yeah.
movie.
You know what? Maybe a physical fight too. I think, yeah. Depending on the person, I think I could get a little scrappy.
If it's
like
a-
fighting a shark.
If
go
it's
for
a
the eyes.
child, Luke's in.
Mm,
Anyone over 16 though? Nah, he doesn't want to fight them.
no, I don't really want to get near a child.
Luke, you really like
Sit 'em with my
Shogun,
car. Yeah. Shogun is freaking great.
and it
And
won like 3 awards.
Yeah, won like everything.
So did great.
As
cleaned up
expected.
there. Yeah. So
I love the actor who won for that, and he's like, a lot of you guys probably have no idea who I am, and like introduced himself. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Dana was watching it, so I kind of saw
Nice.
bits and pieces.
I have to wait like 6 months before the Emmys before I can really figure out. Shogun already won all of its Emmys.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's the weird cutoff date with that. So
Yep.
it won't be at the Emmys, so it'll be interesting to see what
Does clean
does.
up?
Yep.
Colin
At
Farrell
least on
won
the drama side.
for the
Yep,
Penguin. His speech was hilarious.
I thought for the most part
I did this all on my own.
the actors and actresses that won, when I was looking at the list, I was like, those all make sense based on what I've heard or seen.
Yeah.
Nothing really stood out there in terms of like, oh, what an underdog, or I wasn't expecting that. So, all good stuff there.
Yeah.
Golden Globes are silly sometimes, and don't take them too seriously. Neither you should take any award thing too seriously. It's whatever. Art is art, and enjoy what you like to enjoy.
Yeah. A lot of times, my favorite movie never wins.
Yeah.
It's like a death sentence if I'm your favorite movie. But yeah, my favorite movie of all time wasn't nominated for anything, so at least right now, favorite movie of all time.
Happens.
Sing Street, 0 noms.
It happens.
It pisses me off, dude. Ugh.
All right, what other news we got? Tyler, you mentioned a little rumor that's floating around the mill
I totally forgot.
of the Xbox.
Oh yeah, they were talking, I guess, behind the scenes about bringing all of their exclusives everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere that it makes sense. Obviously, they're not going to run, certain games on the Switch or whatever.
Yeah, Nintendo will be like,
They'll try.
no.
It'll be
Try.
They'll try, and Nintendo will be like, no, thank you. We don't want this.
Starfield on the Switch.
yeah, I honestly I think that's a good thing. Maybe a hot take, but the rumors, everybody kind of joked about when Xbox purchased Activision. Oh, they're just going to become a publisher. I mean, they're inching closer and closer towards that every day.
Yeah.
And I mean, why wouldn't they?
I think it's important as we enter this kind of new age of the video game industry to as much as I don't want there to be monopolies, there shouldn't be, but there are.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, what is the best for consumers within the system we have, right? Like you have to play the game that you're in.
Yep.
To a certain degree.
Well, I think for Xbox, they'll never go full publisher, but you can play Xbox on a TV without a console now.
Yeah.
Like at a certain point, like you're making a console for a specific group of people that you don't expect to sell a ton of, right?
Right.
And so like they just signed a deal today with LG. That was another thing to get the Xbox app on LG TVs later this year.
Yeah.
Right? Like Samsung, it already ships with it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's becoming more and more prominent.
Yep.
They own enough studios now. They don't need consoles. And we need consoles, so PlayStation doesn't charge us $1,000. But like other than that, like Xbox isn't seeing
there
ton
was
of benefit.
there was a time, probably the 360 PS3 era, where we really started to understand. I just don't think it was in our minds before. Because and maybe not general consumers, but kind of gaming nerds who care about this stuff, that consoles, don't make console makers a lot of money.
Correct.
Eventually they turn a profit, but it's way down the line, and by then you're already spending so much to R&D. The next thing that it's like, ugh. So I think it makes sense from a consumer perspective. It's nice that I know now, or not now, but when it happens, inevitably I think it will happen, I don't necessarily have to go buy 2 consoles to play the majority of my games.
Right.
I'm going to be able to buy 1 console and play things on that, and that's okay with Xbox because they're still getting I'm still purchasing their game. Yep. My hope would be, and I don't think it will happen, my hope would be is that Sony responds in kind, but I don't think that will happen just because they're the market leader.
Yeah. No, I mean they're going to charge $800 for their next console if Xbox doesn't release at the same time.
Are they the market leader? Isn't the Switch the highest selling console?
Surely not.
I think it's close.
The Switch is Nintendo. I treat completely as their own thing. They're such a weird outlier. I don't know how they have the success that they have, other than
you call it an outlier. I call it winning.
It may be. I won't argue.
The Switch has sold more than the PS5.
Okay.
They're the Switch is the 3rd highest selling console of all time.
Okay, yeah.
Does the Meta Quest count in the current gen of gaming consoles? It counts in the VR.
Yeah, that's another interesting thing. As I think PC gaming gets more and more prevalent and more affordable as things
like the only one that everything is coming to now.
Yeah.
Almost everything. Like
if
PlayStation's releasing there, Xbox releases everything there.
Yep.
Like that's the best you can do.
Yeah.
Right now.
For sure.
Although College Football 25 not on PC.
Oh.
Wow. It's garbage.
Missed opportunity.
How dare they?
I don't know. So, anyways, yeah, the fact that Xbox is the rumors are that they're becoming more and more just a publisher. It's the game they're having to play right now, and until they can create, I'm honestly kind of surprised neither of them have released something to properly compete with the Switch. I think it's because they think Sony and Microsoft think they have to build a handheld that competes with their high end gaming. We need something that's a parity, like not parody, but has parity with our $700 box. Like, that's just not possible. But that's also what Nintendo is not aiming for.
Right.
They're doing their own, like, just do the same thing, but let your games run in 1080p, right? Like, you don't need a 4K display when your thing's this big.
Yeah.
Do you think Microsoft would switch up their game plan and compete more with, like, NVIDIA and AMD to get into the PC stuff? They're literally a company that makes computers.
I would
Wouldn't
say
be
they're
a
more
bad
likely
idea.
to do that.
I could see it happening. I don't know what the...
It could just be like the Xbox GPU.
I think they're...
That would be the brand, not taking the...
Yeah.
Right,
one
yeah.
I think the...
Xbox GPU, however they number stuff.
I just think
they're
their
on, like, the
relationship...
4090 or whatever now.
Their relationship with NVIDIA, though, I feel like would get them in the way of that. At least it'd be a big barrier to entry.
Oh, for sure.
So I don't know. I don't know that they would necessarily jump in that battle. But, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them at this point. Like, who knows? They have so much money. They just do whatever they want.
I'm just like imagining. A little drunk. I haven't drank anything. I'm imagining them like building a starter PC, a mid PC, and a high level PC.
Oh, and just selling them as is.
And they can just use
interesting.
their
Okay.
own stuff. But then, if you build your own PC, you'd be like, hey, why don't you use
They would like
Xbox gaming,
piece out things. Yeah.
PC gaming series.
That would be interesting.
Chip thing. I don't know how PC gaming really works, so I'm kind of just talking out my butt right now.
No, but I get like the general concept of what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I don't think they would ever go there, but it would be interesting if they did.
Yeah.
For sure. Like, I think maybe try to build a budget friendly way of building your own PC through Xbox parts that they have left over. I don't know. I just feel like for PC, like gaming PCs at this point, it'd be really hard to get in. But yeah, I mean,
You know what
it is Microsoft.
You know what they could do?
Or they could not compete with NVIDIA and AMD, but compete with just other PC makers.
They could jump into the
Starforge
dying physical media battle, because my other news story was that LG is going to stop making Blu-ray players.
Sick.
So Microsoft could come on, Microsoft, you could be the winner here and make some Blu-ray players for us that are also Xboxes.
Ooh. That's a good point.
You could make a discounted, I don't know, inflation. A $99 Xbox. It's a Blu-ray player that has the Xbox app on it.
Right. Rice-A-Roni says, I'm waiting for a console to partner with a TV and build a console into the TV itself.
Too many TVs.
That would be nutso. Xbox just makes their own TV now. Like,
there we go. They just
like, we sell TVs.
Display manufacturing.
Oh, and by the way, for an extra $200, you get a Series X attached to the back of it.
Their ad campaign could be, this isn't a TV, it's
Yeah.
an Xbox.
It writes itself.
Yeah.
Waiting for the physical media comeback.
Sony already makes TVs.
They do.
They just need to put PlayStation.
So it
on
makes
them.
complete sense that theirs are sold separately. Gotta buy your console, your disc drive, and your TV.
Yeah, I don't know,
You have to buy
man.
your disc drive separately these days.
It's a weird place. The physical media stuff sucks.
I think there are enough people who are very smart who want it to survive. It will survive. Like, in terms of, like, if you need to buy a Blu-ray, like, there's going to be hobbyists who start making things, and I don't know. It's not. I don't think we're ever ushering in a Blu-ray 3.0 or whatever. Right, but
8K disc.
but I think for those of us who like to collect our physical media, there's gonna always be an option. It may not be the cheapest option.
Well, the Criterion Collection movies are like $50 a pop.
Yeah, they not cheap.
I haven't seen like any of them. I like went and looked, and I was like, I don't know what half of these things are. Why would I buy these?
Oh, Tyler, I'll buy you one.
Please, feel free. I probably have never seen it, so.
The digital first mentality is just encouraging piracy culture. Listen,
Dude,
no
Crack Stream-
comment. I don't think I'm allowed to comment.
Crack Streams got shut down this past week. That's in the news.
That-
Crack and meth streams.
That pissed me off.
Dude, yeah, just absolute. Adam Schefter uses it. Why can't we? Just absolutely brutal.
He'll be back with.
He's the
LSD
reason it
streams.
got shut down, though, because he posted that freaking screenshot.
Yeah, but he's had crack streams, meth streams. Next, he'll be back with heroin streams.
That's, yeah, I mean,
I'll be there day one.
yeah.
Inevitably.
LSD streams. I mean, we got plenty of drugs we could use.
So
For
many.
real though, I don't want to like. This is the last episode. I don't care. Do not care what I say. Freaking pirate it.
Yeah, no.
Teach them a lesson.
I mean,
like
yeah,
you're charging us too much.
At the end of the day, right? Like there's an argument to be made for that, right?
Like people.
if you're not gonna make physical media, or you're not gonna allow me to purchase something, even just purchase something digitally. Looking at you, Netflix.
Yeah.
You're not gonna let me purchase the season of Midnight
Opioid
Mass,
stream.
and you're gonna make me continue to pay $10 a month for it. Screw you.
Yeah.
I'll find a way to get it.
Right.
There's people out there who want like.
Netflix changed the game. Like pirating was out of control, and then Netflix was like convenience right here.
Yeah.
Get it in your mailbox,
Right.
or watch it on our website, and it was cheap. And
Yeah.
you know what? All the streamers now have just gotten out of control. So now it's time to fight back, and it's time to chase some booty out on the open seas, I guess.
Arr, here we go. mateys.
Allegedly, I don't know. I don't condone it. Wink. I don't condone it. I won't even say I do it. No comment.
No comment.
I plead the fifth.
Safest
Just-
thing to say.
Find a friend with a good Plex server.
Here you go.
$200 for being nice to the buyer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Any other news? What else we got?
Well, kind of on the streaming thing. Did we talk about it on the group chat that like they were like piracy is up 23% or whatever
Did we talk about
this
it?
year?
I don't remember that, but I don't remember lots of things because I'm old.
Yeah, up 20. That's allegedly. That's a good thing.
Allegedly.
Holy cow, we got a bunch of news that just came out of CES. You guys know what this is?
Yeah, I know what CS is.
I don't.
Last of Us Season 2 premiering April.
Oh,
Is there a Metroid Prime 4 release date? in there?
No, this is all Sony stuff. Helldivers 2 film in production.
wait. Oh,
Ghost
okay.
of Tsushima anime based on the multiplayer mode coming in 2027.
What? On the multiplayer mode?
Yeah.
There's a multiplayer.
Yeah,
mode?
Legends. You like kill a bunch of like super natural things.
Oh.
I didn't even know there was a multiplayer
Yeah, there is.
mode. It's one
And
of
then
my
a
favorite
Horizon
games.
Zero Dawn film confirmed to be made at Columbia Pictures.
Hey, it's not Netflix.
That's a good start.
But it's at Sony, so
Yeah. Is Avi Arad producing it?
it did not say.
Because we're screwed.
But
Child engagement service.
Oh, I forgot CES is happening this week. That's okay.
What is CES?
It's a consumer electronics showcase.
Okay.
So that's where they usually announce a lot of like new TVs and home
Xbox TV? Is it announced?
Xbox TV.
Xbox. The TV.
They do some cameras. I'm mostly into it for camera gear and stuff like that is why I pay attention. But
here was another cool news story. The Stellar Blade devs celebrated the game's success by gifting all their employees a PS5 Pro, and I think it was like $3,200 bonus.
nice.
Cash bonus of around $3,400.
Wow, good for them.
Must be nice
So-
to get a bonus at work. No shade. No shade.
But
No comment.
Looking right.
those
at
are
the
some
camera.
pretty cool CES
Yeah.
announcements. Dude, a Helldivers film will be hilarious. They have to go for like the goofiness of what the game spins out.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I
Here's a fear for it though.
uh-huh.
I fear it will just be like what Gamer was.
Yeah. The
It's okay. There's always Starship Troopers.
I was gonna say it's
Yeah.
like it's weird because like Starship Troopers does it so well already,
Right.
and I don't want it to be just a
Watch
reskin
it.
of that.
Watch it just be that director.
But I have this like weird feeling that some producers like doesn't actually get the satire and is like, we have to make this super serious.
Yeah, I hope not.
Because I have a feeling that's what the next few years are going to lean more towards, like, just not understanding satire.
You know what, Rye? Art is art. I'm glad you liked Gamer.
Yeah.
Or strangely enjoyed it. I'm happy for you.
It's probably been 10 years since I watched that movie, but I remember, like, this is bad, but I liked it.
I just remember his like gaming setup was cool.
Yeah.
No comment.
You hate that movie, don't you?
No comment.
Okay.
Luke pleads the fifth. I don't have any other
I
news
hate
stories.
that movie. I legit think that is one of the worst movies ever made.
Oh, Aubrey Plaza's husband
Yeah.
passed away. I should know his name, but Jeff.
Bana.
Yes, Jeff Bana. Unexpectedly. So thoughts and prayers to Aubrey and her family. That sucks.
David Fincher was in talks to make a creepy Harry Potter movie.
Oh yeah, that was a weird news story. I mean, not really a news story, but part of an interview, I guess.
He was like, yeah, I could make a creepy Harry Potter movie. And they're like, oh, maybe not. And then he's like, I'll just go make Mindhunter. It's like, oh.
Is this what it would be?
Tiger Gamer is the name of the movie.
I hate gamers.
With
so
Gerard
much.
Butler.
I
right?
was like, it was on Netflix, and I was like, this is the coolest idea ever. And I was halfway through it, and I was like, there's no way this gets worse than it did.
The Sonic the Hedgehog franchise crossed $1 billion.
Woo!
As
Good for it.
yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I know that they've already confirmed a fourth
Yeah.
one, and Jim Carrey is like, yeah, I'll do another one. That dude's like, I'm retired, but these are fun.
I love that that's just his thing.
Dude, this is going crazy right now. 3 Sonic movies and Nosferatu, man.
Killing it.
Oh.
That crossed 100 million
Yeah.
with a $50 million budget.
This is Egger's biggest box office, right?
Which was weird to me, but I forgot like the
Because
Northman.
people failed the Northman
Yeah,
for some reason.
I forgot the Northman. Like nobody went and saw. I think it was like right at the beginning of COVID or something like that, wasn't it?
No, it would have been after. It would have been like 22. It would have been like right after theaters reopened.
Yeah.
So I think there was just not a lot of people going to theaters anyways. But then I don't remember it having a really strong marketing campaign either. It's like just kind of a disappointment on and not none of the film. The film's fantastic. I have it right here.
Rice Cerrone says, "I need Jim Carrey to make a new Ace Ventura." I kind of like to think of the Sonic movies as like this weird continuation.
He's still chasing animals.
Yeah.
I would love a new Ace Ventura movie. I would doubt it would be as good as the originals, but
It would still be
you know
worth
what?
a watch.
Why not try?
Happy Gilmore 2 is coming out this year.
My
man.
fear is that
Why not?
my fear is that a streamer would be like, we'd like to make this, and it would be
I think
garbage because it's made for streaming, not for theaters.
Jim Carrey has enough
Not
of a
that all
backbone.
things that are made for streaming are garbage, but just it's a trend.
Jim Carrey has enough backbone. He wouldn't do it if it wasn't.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
He-
If it wasn't good enough,
No,
yeah,
He wouldn't mess with it.
yeah.
The last thing I have, Marvel Rivals Season 1 will arrive January 10th. They released a trailer today, and the Fantastic Four are coming. So,
Cool.
as expected, that was like one of the leaks.
Yeah.
So, I'll be very curious to see how they all play.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how you do some of them, but
I could main Sue Storm, I think. I mean, if they make her as good as she should be.
Right.
But I know you have to have balance, too. So.
Yeah, I wonder how they'll manage those characters. I imagine Human Torch will just be like what Iron Man is. If you've played
inevitably.
it. Yeah. Fly around, shoot from the sky.
So
It's clobbering time.
before I wanna end our episode, not right now. By
Over. See ya.
See ya. No. By thinking back to some of our favorite moments of the show and yada yada, doing a little bit of a look back. But before we get there, I do want to talk about, did you guys do anything this week? Watch anything new? Play a new game that you want to talk about? Kind of do a real quick weekly update before we dive into some nostalgia.
Real quick?
Sure, Luke. It's the last episode, man. If we're here all night, it's fine.
I do have to pee, so at some point I may have to step out to
Hold
pee if you go too long.
I mainly say that because I actually did quite a bit this week. I'll start with Indiana Jones. I might have said it earlier. I beat that game this week.
Yeah.
That game is incredible.
That's awesome. So glad to hear it.
I was really enjoying it. And then I made it to like the final area. And just kind of the last place where like stuff is revealed into like what is actually going on.
Mm-hmm.
I did not see it coming. It was just so awesome. Like, this is by far the best indie we've gotten out of like the original three.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like the Spielberg movie. I know he did the fourth one too, but like,
yeah, but the original three.
it feels like the original three. And just the way, like, this game has the religious undertone that the first three do.
Yeah.
Where, like, the first one, it's the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah.
The second one, it's, I don't know what religion it is. But, like, it's in India.
Yeah.
And it, like, has Kali Ma ripping out his heart or whatever. And the third one is Christianity again with the
Grail.
Holy Grail. And, like, this one is kind of back into that.
Yeah.
And when it's revealed, like, what it is you're looking for, I was just like, bro, no way. I was so excited. It was so cool. The ending sequence was awesome. I love the story. I love the writing. I love the characters. Troy Baker is awesome as Indy. I loved exploring all the areas. The puzzles you do are incredible.
Nice.
I never really felt like I did one that was like, oh, I kind of did that earlier.
Mm-hmm. They all felt pretty unique.
Yeah. It was so good. It really blew me away. And it's a shame it didn't come out earlier because I think it would have gotten some Game of the Year stuff, let me tell you.
I think
and it will come out too late for next year. People will forget about it.
I think that's a pretty popular feeling on
It's
the
like,
game
sorry,
itself
GTA 6 is coming out next year. You're going to be forgotten. I guess unless it's crap, but...
What are the chances
Nah,
of
there's
that?
still, like, the people on the internet will still love it. Like,
Yeah.
the GTA fans will still love it.
Oh, yeah.
No matter what.
So my rating for it is a booyah.
Nice.
I think if... Like, this is what I would say.
So if I have some free time on Monday nights, maybe I should purchase it and play it?
Yeah. You don't even have to purchase it. You can just get Game Pass.
I could renew Game Pass for
A
a
month.
few months.
It's what's it, 15-hour game?
Yeah, but this is Brett we're talking about.
That's true.
No. Maybe if you just do the story. But you're going to get lost exploring because you're going to get a map and it's going to be like, find this stuff.
Yeah.
And then it's
And I
going to be
like
like,
that. I like
you have
doing
all
that.
this stuff. Why don't you go do this puzzle? It's like, okay.
You talked me into it.
I honestly think if you've been disappointed with the Indiana Jones movies, you should play this.
Okay.
Because it'll kind of remind you of why you like Indiana
Yeah.
Jones. I really think it's incredible stuff what they did.
That's awesome.
Fast track that sequel. Let's get it rolling into production.
I know
Let's start
Disney's
writing.
pushing Xbox to be like, let's go.
Lucasfilm was like, yeah, let's do another one.
Yeah.
So yeah, loved it.
Great.
Highly recommend. That's my game of the year.
Nice. Wow.
And then I watched a bunch of other things too. I'll start with Juror number 2. A Max original.
Not originally going to be a Max original, right?
No.
They limited its release
Yeah.
And it's
theatrically.
stupid because this movie's fantastic. And it should have been in theaters. It doesn't have to be in theaters for 3 months.
Yeah.
At least give it a chance to make some money, dang it. It's really good. It poses this question of not only did he do it,
Mm-hmm.
and if you don't know the concept, this dude's on a trial for this dude who murdered his girlfriend. And, like, they start going through the case, and it's kind of lines up to something similar that happened to him on the same night when he was there, but he thought he hit a deer. And it's like, oh, did I kill this girl?
Mm-hmm.
And he starts questioning, like, what's worse, this guy who might be innocent, but is, like, a drug dealer? He's, like, a bad person, but he might be innocent.
Yeah.
Or me, a good person. I'm about to be a father who might have accidentally done something wrong.
Yeah.
And it, like, poses this question. It's really good. It's on Max. Highly recommend. Nicholas Hoult is awesome. He's having a great year.
I was gonna say, I feel like you
Yeah,
can
he
just
is.
kind of say that.
And it's
like a
Clint
blanket.
Eastwood. I love how Clint Eastwood
Directs.
directs.
Yeah,
I
he's
think
a great director.
so good.
sure.
All right, I'm moving relatively quickly.
You're doing a good job, my man.
Movie number 2, unexpected Christmas movie, post Christmas. Carry On.
Dude, this movie's getting a lot of buzz.
Yeah.
I didn't know this was a Christmas movie, and I guess I should have because it says on Christmas Eve in the description of the movie. This is a Netflix original.
Yeah.
An actual Netflix original.
Taron Egerton,
Taron Egerton.
Jason Bateman.
Sudeikis? It's Bateman.
Okay.
no, that I've said the name. Yeah. Jason Bateman has that dry humor. Works really well also to be a crazy, sadistic, murdering villain also.
Nice.
He's really good. And then you have Taron Egerton, who's scared out of his mind, trying to just make it out of this situation and protect his girlfriend and his own life, and but also catch the bad guy. I feel like people want to be like, oh, it's Die Hard because it's normal guy on a trying to save Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
It's more taking Pelham of 1-2-3,
Oh, I love that movie.
where
Okay. You're saying all the right things.
Yeah, I love that movie. I was actually talking to Dana about that movie this past week,
Yeah, 'cause,
which is
like,
really weird.
the Jason Bateman is just like in control of the situation.
Yeah.
He's got everything locked down. He's like, you will do this. If you don't do it, I'm gonna shoot your girlfriend through the head from like a mile away. And Taron Egerton's character is really smart, which I really appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
But Bateman and his team is like smarter.
Yeah.
So like he's trying to do this, but he gets caught. And he's trying to do this, but oh, they stop him. And it was really good.
I need to watch that.
It has
I
a
think
lot of
Dana
fun
would like
action. The most mind-blowing thing to me was that it was directed by Wame Colette Serra.
it. Oh,
Man, he might be a good director when he's not beholden to the Rock's
Yeah.
peeing in bottles demands.
interesting.
Carry On was a super good time. Yes, Trevor. It was a lot of fun. This might be one that I watch around Christmas.
Nice.
I think Dana and
I
I would watch that. She
I would
likes Taron
definitely
a lot.
watch it again. It's really fun, and Taron Egerton is the best.
I feel like he's good in everything he's in.
He
Yeah,
will.
yeah.
I feel like he will always give you a good performance. It will be the crappiest movie you've ever seen, and be like, man, but Taron Egerton is good.
Yeah.
Actually, pretty enjoyable. Yeah. Yeah.
More Taron Egerton things.
Agreed.
Yeah. Castleman Ryan Johnson's undisclosed.
There you
DC
go.
movie.
Let's
Sure,
do it.
Why not?
Let's make it happen.
All right, the last movie. I watched Challengers.
Oh.
It's available on Prime.
Okay. Hey, it won a
Golden
best
Globe,
score.
Best score.
at the Globe-
Well deserved. It's
Okay.
not my favorite score.
Sure, but good.
But it is a great score.
Oh, nice.
It's Trent Reznor, Atticus
Oh
Ross.
yeah, of course.
You would listen to it and you'd be like, this is a tennis movie? Oh, you mean the Christmas movie?
I think Luke's reading a comment
I'm reading a comment.
Yeah.
in the chat.
I could give a whole sermon on Christmas movie. Listen, I'll just kind of say what I said in my Letterboxd. To me, the easiest comparison to this is when you watch a B action movie
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, this is awesome, and also this might be the corniest thing I've ever seen.
Mm.
I understand people love this movie. I couldn't really take it seriously a lot of the time because it's so like over the top, and the way the score works. So like they're having a super deep conversation, and then somebody will like bring something else up and be like, "What will you train me?" or something, and then the music will just go, and they'll just look at each other for 30 seconds. And then it will go back in time, or fast forward to the current like tennis match, and it'll be them playing tennis. It's just, and it's a lot of fun, but it's corny, and I know people love it. To me, this is a B sports movie.
Interesting.
Like I would align this with like something like from this year, like The Beekeeper, except it's a sports movie.
Yeah,
Where,
yeah.
Like you just go, okay, this is a ton of fun.
Does it know what it is though?
I think so.
Okay. That's always important with those kind of things.
Yeah.
Tiger Lily. Didn't hate it. I watched it last week. Yeah, I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it. But I also wouldn't say it's like Oscar worthy.
Yeah.
It doesn't throw that at me. But I would still recommend it. I don't know where to put it on our scale. I'd probably give it a fanboy worthy. It's fun.
Okay.
If you like fun movies,
Cool.
Nice.
if you like watching Zendaya watch two dudes make out,
What's
that is part of what it is.
So no more movies. The last thing I did was, so last week I was sick. So I didn't do anything on New Year's Day. I was just sick all day. So I was like, well, this is a great time to watch Squid Game Season 2. So I watched all 7 episodes straight.
Binged it.
Yeah, dude, it honestly felt really good to binge something again.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in a while.
That's our Stranger Things method.
Yeah. 7 episodes straight, man. I didn't even like pause to eat. I just watched it.
My God.
Which I think is a testament to how good the show is.
I was gonna say, so it sounds like you
it's-
enjoyed it.
Man, Squid Game Season 1 was awesome. I think Season 2 is awesome. It does end on like a cliffhanger.
Of course.
And if you don't like that, then you'll probably be upset by the ending. I love where it ended though, and I can't wait for Season 3. I think this is like a top 3 show on Netflix. And if you haven't watched it, you need to get on it before it's like ruined, or before people tell you it's not good, which is even worse.
Or before people like spend you know wait 5 years and all you've heard is hype.
Yep.
And so it's overhyped and you're disappointed because it wasn't the most amazing thing ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like I do with some of my obscure movies, right? It's like, this is great, this is great, this is great. You gotta watch it. And then
you watch
Tyler
it.
watches it and is like, oh, it's okay.
It's okay.
It's pretty good. I don't know what Brett was going off on.
Dude, that was me. Perfect example of what you're talking about. The Greatest Showman for
Yeah.
me. Like, everybody's like, it's so great. It's so great. And I finally got to see it like a month later. And I watched it and I was like, yeah, it's good. But like, it's not like going to change my life. Like people were acting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I saw that movie really late. I loved it.
I thought it was good.
Loved it. Made me feel so good.
But sorry,
Velocipaster.
I didn't mean to.
Speaking of B
hijack
movies.
your-
It's like, it's not technically a B movie. It's definitely like well made and has
Yeah.
a budget and an all-star cast. So,
Yeah.
but like just the vibe of it.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Squid Game 2 though, like, I don't know. I think they're just at the top of the game.
Nice.
The dude was like, "Yeah, I made it because I needed money," and he's still putting out great stuff. And it's not just season 1 again.
Mm-hmm.
It's different games. Obviously, spoilers. it's the dude who won season 1.
Right, and he has a different motivation this
Yeah.
time.
And like the first 2 episodes aren't even in the Squid Game.
Yeah.
It's in the real world, and they're trying to just find the Squid Game people.
Yeah, figure out. That's cool.
It's also been really fun because we're getting an American version of the show. I think Fincher's doing it, which at least they're getting a really good creator.
Yeah.
I mean, a director who will be directing from his house.
What?
Wasn't it Fincher who was like, yeah, if I direct too many more things, I'll just be directing? Or was it?
I did not hear this.
Keep going. I will research my weird quote there.
What the heck?
Yeah, what
Is this not a good choice?
Yeah. Usually Fincher's like bang on,
like,
man.
I've been watching people like speculate of like what American kids games are gonna put, and somebody's like, "Well, it's not a kids game, but I could see them using the pacer test."
The fitness.
So you don't make it to the lines, you get popped. It's like, well, gotta keep running. The fitness gram pacer test.
That would be hilarious, actually.
Yeah, but yeah, Squid Game 2, awesome.
Nice. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Did you catch up on Creature Commandos?
I am caught up.
I'll start there. Episode 6 is my least favorite episode of the season. Nothing happened.
I am caught up. I don't remember what happened in episode
Nothing.
6.
Nothing. They just walked around, and you got Dr. Phosphorus's backstory.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
Phosphorus's backstory. I didn't mind his backstory, but it was pretty cliche.
And then we got a Batman silhouette.
Yeah, that's right.
Spoilers, I guess.
And then everybody's like, "Oh, dude, Batman in the DCU is about to be so crazy," and it's like, "What gave you that idea?"
It's just standing there.
He didn't do a thing.
Yeah.
We don't even actually know. It's implied. We don't see him catch phosphorus.
Right. He's just standing there.
Yeah. I agree though.
It was my least favorite episode of the season.
I think the show's been pretty disappointing.
Overall, I think it's there are enjoyable moments.
For this show to take 7 episodes
Right.
and all we're doing is going to the castle and then going back to now kill the princess
Right.
because we've been misled, whatever, but it's like, okay, I get it, it's a character stuff.
Yeah.
Every episode is the same. Here's your backstory.
Right.
Here's your backstory. Here's your backstory.
And like it feels this week especially nothing happens in the actual current story.
Yeah.
Like the characters are separated at the end of episode 5. Episode 6 gets them back together, but it doesn't do it in a creative way. Like they just do their own little things. You get a few minutes of them talking to someone, and like I think the implication is that maybe their worldview is impacted. And then they just at the end they're walking in a field and they just happen to all come across each other.
And like Rick
It's like,
Flag
what are
is
we-
almost dead.
Yeah, it's like what are we doing overall? Like what is the plan here? There's no way they wrap this thing up in a satisfactory way, in my opinion. I just don't see how they can do it.
Yeah, and also I think the show would be better suited to have a classic animation style, which is this week we're doing this.
Right.
It's what shows were for 50 years.
Yeah.
It's what every single episode of Batman the Animated Series was.
Yeah,
It's,
well,
here's what we're doing this week.
yeah. Yes, in some capacity we'll see some of these characters in live action.
We're definitely seeing Flag in live action.
Yeah,
He's
Flag,
in
he's-
Superman and Peacemaker.
Yeah, him and Waller will definitely carry over. I think yeah. And you'll see a couple others, I'm sure. The Nazi hunting robot, spoilers, I guess, is dead for now. Yeah, I don't know. It's been pretty meh.
He got exploded.
There are some moments within the show that are really good, I'd say.
Yeah.
Wait, which film or which?
Creature Commander.
We're still talking Creature Command.
Yes.
Sorry, I couldn't tell if we had switched.
Nope.
Okay.
Still, there's some good moments, but
Yeah.
overall, it's kind of just, It's kind of my feeling on it.
Yeah.
I think episode 3 and 4, I was like, okay, here we go. We're getting somewhere. And then it just feels like we've come back to Earth.
Yeah.
But that's where I would start for me. I did watch something I liked this week, though. I watched Fly Me to the Moon
Oh, yes.
with Dana.
I really enjoyed this movie.
On Friday, she was just like, hey, do you want to watch Fly Me to the Moon? Like, randomly. And I was like, sure. Yeah, let's do it. And I really enjoyed it, too. It was a lot of fun.
Dude, it's so cute.
it's yeah, like it's not like doing anything crazy, but it kind of plays with the fun conspiracy that the moon landing was faked, and
I freaking love Woody Harrelson and Ray Romano in that movie.
dude, me too.
I think they're hilarious.
Ray Romano
And the cat.
has some pretty good emotional bits too.
Yeah.
But it didn't do, like, I knew what it was doing, and it didn't do it in a way that I expected it to, which was kind of nice. Obviously they have the joke, we should have got Kubrick, and like that kind of stuff's fun, but like it wasn't what I thought it would be. I thought Channing Tatum was really good. I don't really have any complaints about it.
Right.
I don't think it's anything earth shattering, but it's a
Yeah.
really fun movie. It was nice to watch with Dana.
It's a fine, enjoyable movie.
Yeah, to just
It
sit
makes
down and
you
watch.
feel good because
Yeah.
it's a rom-com.
Yep.
It gets bonus points for me just because it's Apollo. Has
Yeah.
nothing
Yeah.
to do with the movie.
Yeah, and I thought
Just like space.
I thought Scarlett Johansson was really good in it.
Mm-hmm.
Which I've historically just not loved a ton of her stuff. I really liked her in
Yeah.
Jojo Rabbit. I really liked her in this too. I thought she was good. Her and Channing Tatum have really good chemistry. So yeah, I'd recommend that. I'd give it a fanboy worthy.
Nice.
I gave it 3 out of 5 on Letterboxd, but yeah, I think it's fanboy worthy. If you're into rom coms or want to laugh at people making fun of the idea of the moon landing being faked and a black cat, you should watch it. And then I started a new anime this week. I'm a few episodes in. It's called Kaiju number 8.
Oh.
Is it like related to Mickey 17 at all?
I don't think so. But effectively, this kid is on like a cleanup crew for after kaiju events happen. So like he goes in and like cleans up the dead kaiju because they have like this task force that kills them. And they clean up like the city and the remains of the kaiju, and they have like timelines and stuff. And this kid gets attacked and implanted with something from a kaiju that turns him into a kaiju that's like slightly larger than a human, and like so he's basically like transforming back and forth between a kaiju and a human. And well, yeah, sure, he's in his 30s. He acts like a kid. It's classic anime kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's really good. Like I've really enjoyed it. The score is awesome. Like notably, the music is really good in it.
What do they fight the kaiju with?
They have like a little task force of people.
So it's not mechs.
No,
No.
they have
Bummer.
kaiju
I
specific
probably would have been
weaponry.
like jumping right on it.
But when he becomes a kaiju, he's like in a hospital, and this old dude sees him, and he's like, like freaking out. And, like the old dude has a heart attack and dies, and he's like freaking out as this kaiju, and he's trying to like open a window and just completely wipes out a wall. Like he's just this ultimate destroying thing now, as kaijus are in most things, in most media. But yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. It was recommended to me by multiple people, but notably Game Lord Master, who is in the chat tonight. He recommended it to me a while back after I watched Solo Leveling, and I just finally got around to starting it. So
Nice.
really digging that. And then I started a new book. I don't know if I mentioned. I don't think I had started this last week, but it's called The Will of the Many.
Okay.
The will of the many. The will of the few. Sorry.
The Will of the Many.
Shout out Acolyte. Died so young.
This is a kind of Roman-inspired fantasy novel by James Islington. It's kind of consuming my life at this point. Like every free moment I have, I just want to pick this up and read it.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's hard to explain it without going in detail, so I won't, but it's really well written. Characters really interesting. And it kind of has like I've heard it compared to Red Rising, which is a really popular book and series. And it has a little bit, I think they're building towards like a little bit of a Hunger Games-esque thing where there's like this event at the end where the kids
They go fight.
They go fight, yeah. Essentially. But it's not YA. I would say it's YA for adults, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It kind of has some
OA.
of that.
Old adults.
Old adults, sure. They're going to this academy
Or
where
okay,
they
old
have
kids.
to get through this thing, and then that'll help set them down their career path. But effectively, your character is undercover to try and figure something out that happened to his adoptive father at the academy. It's an interesting, and that's not 100% true, but it's a version of what is happening in the book. But I'm really digging it. It's pretty hefty, so it's going to take me a bit to read it, but I'm moving through it much faster than I expected to. So that's pretty much it for me. Oh, and I'm almost done with Dark Victory.
Yeah.
I think I have like 4 more chapters or something
Nice.
like that.
Nice.
I sat down and read quite a bit of that this weekend. So
I finished Dune Prophecy this week. It's very good. Last 2 episodes were excellent.
Yeah.
Really,
It really ends on a high note.
Yeah, it ends on a great note. Yeah, you really can't talk much about it without spoiling
Yeah.
anything. I'll just say performances are all up there for me. Like, there's a couple of the sisters who, like, you know, they have younger versions of themselves played by different actresses, and just the sets do really well, right? Like, so the young one and the old one, like, they feel like
They did a great
they
job.
did a great
casting.
job. House of Dragon, I think, does this very well too with their casting of a character who's younger and a character who's older, an actor, different actresses playing them. Mark Strong is great because he's so not what you expect him to be.
I
by
feel
the
like
end.
he really plays against his type.
Yeah,
And it was really unexpected.
it was nice. It was very
Yeah.
pleasant.
Mhm.
And man, it's such a Desmond Hart, the guy who plays
Travis Fimmel.
Travis.
Most underrated actor in Hollywood, maybe?
He's so good. He's so good. I
Bring back
feel like
Raised by Wolves.
I feel like he's getting to play a version of himself in Raised by Wolves in this. That's just
A religious sci-fi
it's so much fun. It's great.
bad guy? Question mark?
Question mark?
Bad guy? Question mark?
But yeah, great supporting cast. The visuals on this show never looked bad.
Yeah.
Sometimes some of the sets felt a little small. It didn't always feel populated, but I think the reclusive nature of the sisters and of the Emperor didn't really help. Like, that's just the nature of the story they're telling. They're not necessarily trying to tell this big, grand, sweeping thing that really makes the worlds that they're in feel populated. So in some regards, it feels a little lower budget just because it feels like, was there not a reason we couldn't do like more people? Or, you know, that's not the case. It just feels that way because of the situations they rode themselves into. I thought the music was pretty good. I don't know if it was anything.
It's definitely not Hans.
It's definitely not Hans, but it still feels like it fits in the universe, which is maybe just the best compliment it could get. Because it's not going to be Hans.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, definitely give this one a really high fanboy worthy for me. All the storylines tied up, not like concluded, we're only getting one season, but like it was a satisfying ending to the season, and I'm excited for season 2, which did get greenlit.
Yeah.
So
And I think one of its best strengths is like you don't have to watch it to understand Dune.
it's totally its own thing.
Yeah. And I think that's really nice.
Yep. Yeah, and I wouldn't even say you have to watch Dune to understand
you can-
it.
It's just a sci-fi show, and it's like, yo, what are they doing? They're
What
crazy.
is all this, right?
She
Like-
saves with what?
if you've seen Dune, you'll understand some names and be like, oh, I wonder what this means. But for the most part,
Yeah, there's like 2 family names that are like,
yeah, it's
Okay.
like, yeah, Atreides and Harkonnens. Oh, they're at it again.
what could that mean?
So, no, really enjoyed that. Real quick, I wanted to update you. I was not crazy. So this was back in August. David Lynch had an interview.
No.
we were saying
With-
Fincher,
No, Fincher.
Okay,
You idiot.
I am an idiot, but
and
David-
also crazy.
But David Lynch. So wrong director, obviously. David Lynch has a emphysema from smoking, and so he's limited to like walking very little before he like.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, he says he's because of COVID, it would be very bad for me to get sick. I would probably be directing from home. I wouldn't like it, but I'm not retiring. Yada yada yada. So
You know, you bringing up David Lynch reminds me of some news that's been happening this week, which is Dune 3 is being directed by Villeneuve.
yep,
And then Warner Bros. Is like, we want to do
we
Dune
should
4.
do 4.
And Villeneuve is like, on the record, like, I'm done after 3. And people have been like, well, who should they get to do 4? And people have been like, get the original Dune director.
No,
David
no.
Lynch.
No.
Dude, Dune 4 are going to get weird.
Let David Lynch do his Twin Peaks things.
I say go crazy, Lynch. If you want to do it, do it.
Do it. Trevor says, do it. But, okay. As this is our final episode, at least in this format, we keep talking about, I want to just, what were some of the highlights of the last 7.5, 8 years?
We actually got this as a fan box question, too.
Oh, great. I wasn't paying
What was
attention.
the question?
Well, it was Logan, my brother, said, favorite moment from What the Fanboy, favorite episode was his question.
I don't know if I'm smart enough to label a specific episode.
There's been several moments that we've kind of, I feel like, always gone back to, which have been huge highlights.
Yeah.
And I think this one is even more so now, is meeting Kevin Conroy.
Yeah.
That, and we've talked about it several times. That was a meet your heroes moment.
Yeah.
That didn't disappoint.
Yeah.
And to meet somebody that was such a big part of your childhood, to get to talk to him, shake his hand.
Him offer to eat your pizza.
Yeah. Tyler's pizza. Tyler was hungry.
That was such a fiasco too. Like,
Yeah.
we were trying to get food as we were being like pushed to go meet him. So I'm holding all my food. And I'm like, can I set this on the table? He's like, I'm gonna eat it. Yes, Batman.
Yes, sir.
But just literally just talk about Batman with Batman.
It was cool.
I'll never forget it. And then, like, he passed away last year, 2 years
last
ago.
year.
And, like, I don't often really get impacted a lot by celebrity deaths. But that one...
Like one you've met, one who's you grew up with.
That one was big for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, that is the moment, I'd say. But one that I think isn't directly an episode, but it is a result of this show. Brett and I went to Planet with press passes. You couldn't go that year.
I couldn't go that year, yeah.
And we went to a panel and saw Roger Smith and the guy who voices John Marston. I can't remember his name right now. And they had a really cool panel where they just talked about the making of Red Dead 2. They talked a little bit about Red Dead 1, which if you followed the show long enough, you know those are my two favorite games of all time. Red Dead 2 specifically is my favorite game of all time. And they asked Roger, hey, what is your favorite line in the game? And it was like, it's the line where he's talking about how the world doesn't want these kind of people in it anymore. And it's a really emotional moment within the game. It is probably like my favorite moment between Arthur and John. And so when he said it, I remember like Dana went and she was sitting next to me, and I remember him saying it, and I hope I don't cry now, but I just remember him saying it, and then the next thing I knew, I was like in shambles in the middle of this auditorium. And I look at Dana and she's like, what is wrong with you? And I'm just a mess, right? Like completely distraught. Eyes are puffy by the end of the panel, and she's just laughing at me. But like, that's one of those moments. I wouldn't have gone to the con that year, probably. Like, I wouldn't have wanted to pay for it. I know that sounds like garbage, but like, it's 3 hours away. It's a whole weekend. Like, it's just a lot to do. But because we were able to get press passes, those things were cool. And then the other thing, we've mentioned it before, but I just think the coolest thing we've done outside of like the obvious big ones. We did a live show
Yeah.
at a Comic-Con in Wichita where we live.
Yep.
And like people came and people interacted and like it was just I don't know, like to me that was just so cool. Like it felt like we had accomplished something, right? And like that was never what we set out to do with this, was to like hit it big, right? But like getting to do like, hey, you guys have an hour to do a show on stage and people may or may not show up.
Yeah.
But like people showed
People
up.
may or may not show up to this.
Yeah, and like but people showed up and like we had interaction. And that was just really cool. I don't know. That Lepke brings up a funny memory too. Remember when John Barrowman knocked the stage over at Planet?
Yeah.
He went with us that year. That's right, yeah. That was you, JT, Lepke, and I, wasn't it? Yeah, like
that was awesome.
that was really fun too. So yeah, like
that dude was an animal.
he was a wild
He was
boy
going crazy.
for sure. What about you, Brett?
No, so the live show in Wichita was the one I was going to mention.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But I just think I'll take the opportunity to just say kind of on thematically on this kind of bigger scale, the best moments have been outside this room somehow. And that's what gives me hope going forward from here, is that we'll continue to have moments together or apart outside of this room, that this show, that this podcast has given us the confidence or the resolve or the passion to, do whatever that is, whether it's going to a con or making a film or, doing music, just doing a sports podcast. Like there are all these little things that I can look back at throughout the years. It's like, and it's proof of that connectiveness beyond what the three of us can ever do by ourselves, right? Like it's, no, someone else is actually interested in this. Someone else does love this weird thing that I love. And it's neat to talk about it, because we can talk about, one of my favorite episodes is like reviewing the last Fast and Furious movie, because
you hate 'em.
So much of it is just a bit I do about how much I hate them. Like I genuinely think that they're like, I don't love the movies, but they're like technically well made and like they're fun, stupid adventure movies.
They are
it's
fun.
all stunts.
They're so fun.
Like there's like a lot of technical proficiency you have to pull off those kinds of stunts, right? So like that's what I say technically.
Dude, Vin Diesel knocked over a building with his foot. That was real.
Stomping down a parking garage.
No CGI.
Best thing ever.
And I just think like it's so neat to find people out in the real world, the world beyond this room.
Yeah.
That we can sit down and have conversations with, and like that can grow. I just think art is so much more impactful when it's shared.
Yeah.
And I, say this about like my wife with her books. It's like, well, you should like talk with people about your books because maybe they like it too, right? Like you have to find those people, and that's scary. But I don't know. There's just something magical about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even doubling down, like Dead Fist in the chat. Well, my favorite was when I got to talk Deadpool with you guys.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, he came on and did a Deadpool review with us, which was really fun.
Yeah. Some of our when we had guests on in the
Yeah.
past. Dana's
been
a
on.
guest.
Yeah.
Stephanie was a guest.
My brother.
Yep.
My sister-in-law.
Yep.
Yeah.
Logan says, "Can't believe we won't get a What the Fanboy review for the final Fast and Furious movie."
I mean, look.
We might have just
Never say never.
We all still live in Wichita, so.
the movies where we yell at each other are always the best.
They are. They really are.
But and I think I mentioned this relatively soon, and it might have been that episode that helped me kind of realized it. Before we did this, way back in 2017, I would say a single-minded viewer, whereas I only really watched like superhero movies or like I watched IP.
Yeah.
Still do, obviously, because they're great. They're awesome. But it was like, that was really it. I maybe had one actual film I might have partook in.
Yeah.
And it was just because it was the film people were talking about.
Sure.
I didn't really seek things out. And then this show, I think, really opened up my palette. To be like,
I would agree with that.
Give
for
it a
me.
chance.
Mm-hmm.
I never watched horror. Never. And then the It trailer came out. I wouldn't have watched that movie. And that trailer came out and I was like, I think I need to get into horror. Because we're going to review that on the show.
And then we watched The Conjuring.
We watched The Conjuring. I saw Get Out.
Yep. Yep.
And then I saw It. And then now, like, I don't love horror still because I think it's fake in what it tries to do a lot of times. But then you get movies that are genuine.
Yeah.
And they just so happen to be scary.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then,
you grew a new appreciation for the genre.
like, I never would have seen Nosferatu.
Yeah.
I know I didn't love that movie like everybody else and dislike it, but I, like, there's still parts I can look at and be like, I appreciate that in it.
Yeah.
Whereas before it would have been like, I had my 1-2 scale. It's like,
Yeah.
Nope, this is bad.
Well, I don't even
This is
think
good, this is bad.
I don't even think you would have seen it.
Oh, I definitely wouldn't have seen it.
Right.
I've been like, vampire? No.
Right.
I'm still kind of like that, though. Vampires are stupid.
It's okay. I still kind of think Fast and Furious is stupid.
Oh, yeah.
but-
Well, listen, I'm going to be honest. Fast and Furious is a little stupider than vampires.
But it works.
But it works.
But it works.
I love those fast cars, man.
You
They're
got them cars
stupid.
going
So
fast.
stupid.
LZ Raps also mentioned his favorite part was the 15-second reviews.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
a fun
Logan's
bit.
15-second reviews were
Yeah,
great.
we used to me and Logan, I should say, we lived in the same house for a bit. He was engaged and needed a place to live.
He was betrothed. To be
And
wed.
we had 4 people in that house, and
When it wasn't us two.
yeah, it was me, Logan, it was Chris,
Whoa.
and then also Zach Newman for a bit too. And
That's right. And Zach went off and he made some short films.
yeah,
I remember we did
We did some After Dark pods with
with him. And yeah.
man, like when me and Chris lived at that house, and that was like the recording studio. Those were the best. Mainly because we didn't have to drive anywhere. And then Logan would get home.
Why do you think
Be
I
like-
volunteered to host?
Yeah.
Well, somebody didn't have to drive in the snow tonight. Yeah, Logan would get home late, and he'd always just throw a random review out for a little
It
bit.
was so good.
Those were the best.
Here's another great bit, though. Lepke or Game Lord Master in the chat. Brett talking about doing the Fast and Furious bit made me think of my favorite, and now most ironic bit. What's Destiny? That's a good one.
I'm not
That
gonna lie, I
is.
think I figured out what Destiny is. I think I lapped you in playtime in that game.
Probably.
That's a good
I've spent
callback.
Unhealthy amount of time in that game.
What a great
And I
callback.
still will!
Oh.
That was a great joke.
It was.
For pod year 2 and 3.
No, that's a great
You know what?
callback, actually.
What? You should have convinced me what Destiny is sooner, because then you would have played with me. Now I'm running Vanguard Strikes by myself just to get a taste.
Sorry, I don't
Just
feel
to
playing.
feel something.
Feel like playing the Lake of Shadows for the 18,000th time.
New exotic mission coming out tomorrow.
Come on, man, please.
Come on, please, I'm begging you.
No, one of the things, I found myself... Goodness, Brett's going to die
I'm
over
fine.
there.
I'm fine.
One of the things I found myself kind of looking back on, coming into tonight was just like how much like my life has changed since
Yeah.
we started doing this, right? Like I was newly-ish married. I now have 2 kids. Kind of insane to think about. I am a
You can only
freelance
blame
contributor.
yourself for that.
Freelance contributor to Bleacher Report. I did a sports show for a year on a network. Where would that? I've helped make movies. Never in a million years thought I would do that. I don't know. It's just so weird to think about. The Commanders are good. That happened.
That
Throughout
is
the time.
honestly the biggest
the biggest surprise.
WTF in the whole thing.
Right, like there's been some really crazy stuff
Your
that's
team's been
happened,
cursed for 40 years.
dude. You're
32. 31.
91 was their last 11-win season, so
Congrats, buddy.
my whole life.
All it took was you had to quit the show.
I guess so.
They were good.
We had to sacrifice something, right? But no, like I just think of like those things. Looking back now, it's just interesting, like to think
Yeah.
of how much. I'd say like we've grown up just as a group,
Oh,
both
yeah.
individually and together. Like, we've become pretty good friends throughout all this. We talk all the time. What?
I was over here going, ooh.
Luke doesn't want to feel that way.
Listen, if somebody hasn't grown up on the show, it's me. I've grown up the least. I know that.
There's nothing wrong with staying young.
What?
Oh, I'm not. I'm older,
Mentally. Staying young mentally.
but it's still a child.
Child at
Just an
heart.
old child.
I think one of the things I've appreciated the most is having I never would have before the show necessarily thought to call, and this is weird. I know this is not normal. Call like one of you guys up to be, or like just any friend to be like, "Hey, you want to go see a movie with me?"
Yeah.
And mostly because, Stephanie goes with me. Stephanie, my wife, goes
My
with
wife.
me to most movies. My wife.
That bit will
That
never
bit's also
die.
good.
It'll never die.
But like I went and saw Gravity by myself, but like Stephanie wouldn't have gone and seen Long Legs.
Right.
But Tyler was like, "Hey, I'll go see Long
Yeah.
Legs with you," or like Nosferatu with Luke. It's like it's just nice, again, to do, and I still don't have a problem going and seeing a movie by myself, but it's nice that I will always have
It's always
a
better
couple
with
of
somebody.
guys that I can just be like, "Hey, thinking about going to see
This. Yeah.
kind of a weird film," and you both would be like, "Yeah, sure."
Right.
I mean, we went and saw Vengeance randomly.
That's right.
We both like had no idea what that movie was.
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Do you want to see this?" And you're like, "Yeah." It's
a
one
great-
of the best movies of the year.
This is fantastic.
I watched my
Holy
first
crap.
Wes Anderson film
Yes.
because we went and saw Asteroid City. Yeah, like random stuff like that.
We
That's
all,
not that random.
We all went
but
to go
for me.
see The Lighthouse on the day that I found out that I didn't get that job in Washington.
Yeah, that's right.
And, was applying for a job out in
The West
Washington
Coast.
State and was in the top 2. Didn't get the job. But the Lighthouse was great.
Ultimately, that kind of worked out in your favor.
I mean,
Definitely wouldn't have seen The Lighthouse before. This zero chance. More likely to see Nosferatu than The Lighthouse.
that's fair. So,
No, a lot of
favorite episode though.
yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
a lot of
I actually think this is really easy. It's multiple episodes, but my favorite episode every year is this episode. It's
Oh,
the
the-
prediction
yeah.
episode.
yeah.
Because usually we're making them.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thinking of those, and then like the coming weeks, you're just like, I've got the best prediction. They're gonna love this. And then when you rattle it off, and they're just like, oh, that's so stupid, you idiot. There's no better feeling. And you can just like roast each other for making stupid predictions last year, because they're always pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then pre-roast because you know they're gonna be bad.
Yep.
I think it's one of our funniest.
Dude, they're
bits.
fun.
It is.
And
No,
ever
it's
since
great.
like I think you watched Kind of Funny did that, or some show did that, and you're like,
Yeah, kind of funny did it.
we gotta do this.
Yeah, I had seen it.
we,
I had seen it and I was like,
loved
this is brilliant. Yeah. That's,
Yeah.
I kind of forgot that's.
Or was it Triple Click?
Oh, no, you're right. It was
I do
Schreier's
think
podcast.
it was Schreier's,
Wow.
yeah.
What a deep cut.
Yeah, I remember pulling that. Like, I was listening to that episode. I was like, man, that'd be really fun to do. We should do that.
Absolutely.
I
That was one
forgot
of the
that I had
best
even brought
decisions.
that. Yeah, no, that
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, do you guys remember when we went and saw 2001: A Space Odyssey?
I didn't go to that. You guys went.
This freaking guy.
Do you remember Luke?
Wasn't I like out of town?
Life changing.
So good.
Life changing.
You guys
Did
saw it in
Chris go that
IMAX
with
too.
us? Go to see that with us?
I think
That sounds right.
he went to a different showing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Kind of Funny did this today too.
But I think we all saw it, and that kind of inspired to do our "What are the best sci-fi movies" episode.
Yeah.
Episode 82.
The fact that you just remember these
Is it right?
numbers. I actually don't know.
Here, I'll look.
I don't have
it
the
up.
list.
I think I'm pretty close.
I'm glad you have the list.
It might just be 80. Let's see.
There was a
think I-
here's my favorite episode. Selfishly.
Last Jedi.
Nope.
You were
I
on
wasn't
that.
here for that one.
We hadn't hired you yet.
That
would have been horrible if you would have been on here.
Someone would have actually liked that movie on the
Yeah,
podcast.
instead we just gotta roast it.
You just got to complain for 2 hours. When I started our streaming wars,
Oh yeah,
little bit.
Oh,
That was fun.
we need an update right now. Give us an update. Off the top
All
of
is
your head.
lost. Actually,
Pirates are roaming the seas. Arg me.
the-
Where there be Netflix, there be booty.
the war is over. They're no longer fighting, and they're just abusing the peasants.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yes, we need the pirates. We need the pirates who don't do anything.
Man, I can't find it. Did I not?
Oh, Anthem demo.
Dude, I remember I got into that alpha. That was the best day ever.
Alita Battle Angel. Man, there were some like
When are we getting Alita? Ooh, prediction.
Dope.
Alita 2 coming this year. We're gonna get that announcement.
Ooh.
we had some good like back to back episodes there in early 2019. Division 2, Tyler. Here's our Planet Comic-Con recap.
Yep. Those are always fun. Getting
We
to
also
talk
did
about
a
the
few.
cons.
This was kind of before I came on. You guys did a few. We did a few after I came on too. But trailer reactions
Yeah.
over on our YouTube channel, those got real popular.
We got like
didn't really
700,000.
translate into other views. For
it
whatever
gave us
reason.
lots of subscribers
It did
for some reason.
Yeah.
Dude, people are still subscribed to us, and it's like, why are you? Why? I know you're not watching. I can see the viewer count.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
do people just subscribe and just forget?
I don't know.
I'll subscribe to somebody because like they'll do a video and I'll be like, oh, this is a part 1, part 2 thing. I'll wait for part 2. I'll watch part 2.
And then
I'll
like
unsubscribe and then I'll go to don't recommend this channel anymore because it's like I don't ever want to see him again.
Oh.
I just was scrolling back through the feed. You want to know what a really fun episode was that we did? And I think about this all the time. Sorry for touching your knee, but
That's okay.
it's something that you said, and
Oh, it was 63.
I often come back to this.
Mm-hmm.
We did 5 perfect movies
Oh.
as an episode. And Luke's was Hot Rod.
One of them.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
And like, I often think of that when I'm like, oh, do I want to watch Hot Rod? Luke does think it's a perfect movie. I should watch it. Like, and it was a really fun episode because I think when you look at that title and you're like, oh, perfect movies, it's going to be these super serious.
Yeah.
Stand by then.
Hot Rod was one. I think Coco was on there. Like, the list was not what you expected it to be.
No.
And I just, that was a really fun episode to do.
I'm pretty sure I still have mine written down.
I do not.
I want to also shout out anytime one of our family members, whether it's Luke's mom or my wife,
dude, yeah.
made us food,
Absolutely.
like to celebrate a milestone.
we had cakes.
It was
yeah.
we were treated well.
We were.
So
Well,
our,
I mean,
our loved ones, we appreciate the sacrifice they make.
yep.
I think my
week
mom
to
threw me
week,
like a
but-
surprise party for my 30th birthday, like on air.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think your wife made us brownies for 100
she
or 101.
maybe. I don't know. We
Dude,
did.
you
We've
moved
hit
houses.
100, 200, and 300. So we've done different things for
Yeah.
each one.
Dang, we might as well go for 400.
We've done giveaways.
we were so close.
We had merch. I mean, we've done all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Merch! I just bought this, actually. This is new. Merch is still live.
Dude, I've
Wait, is
I've-
it really?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Dude, I've
Maybe I should check that account.
Maybe you have money in
Maybe
there.
there's money in there.
Dude, I wore out my purple version of this. Like, it's got
Yeah.
holes and rips and threads going everywhere. I was
If you
like,
see that it's
I
still
got-
live, don't shut it down. Let me know. I might buy a couple
Okay.
things before we disband it.
Just about to buy like 5 hoodies, one in each color, and then one in another size, so it's like extra big.
But I'll also just piggyback off of that too. Like, we have a lot of people in the chat tonight who like they know this was the end. And,
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of them we know personally. Some we've known just through here. And like, thank you to you guys who've shown up
Absolutely.
over the years, no matter what time or how long or how many episodes you've watched or listened to. Just thank you. Like, you know, we mentioned this earlier, we didn't do this to become like this fan favorite thing. We did it because we're just dudes who like talking about this stuff, and it gave us an avenue to do that. And it gave us a chance to hang out on a Monday night. It was like a consistent place. I've seen this dude on Twitter and Threads, like this girl posts her dad goes to a bar with his friends every Friday night, and they bring discussion points. And that's kind of what this is for us.
Yeah.
We just happen to do it on a camera with microphones in our face.
It gave
and
me
people
an excuse
show
to
up.
buy some new toys.
Yeah,
Or
and, like,
utilize some old ones.
I bought a microphone. I never would have bought this in my life.
Yeah.
But like, it was cool that, you know, people showed up and interacted with us and supported us over the years. And some people bought merch and have shirts, and some people, you know, watched from afar and never said a word. And like, we appreciate it.
Shout out
You
to
know,
lurkers.
Yeah, like we
Yeah.
appreciate it. It's been really cool getting to know some of you. Like, you know, I never in a million years would have met Baroque.
Yeah.
And now we're friends on PlayStation. I never would have guessed it on a podcast with Easton, who we now work with all the time and talk to. And I talk to Easton pretty regularly.
Yeah.
You know, just through this show, we've met a lot of people. We've done a lot of cool things. We've grown pretty close as a group. Our families have, you know, sacrificed time for us to do things. You know, they've changed schedules so people can make it to stuff. So just a huge thank you to anybody who's ever supported us. I mean, I think
Absolutely.
that's,
Yeah.
you know, it's implied, obviously. You know, we were going to say that. It sounds cliche, but no, it's been really cool.
Yeah.
You
been a
brought
lot of
up
fun.
your daughters,
Yeah.
and like, I remember your daughter was
Yeah.
not talking when we started. And now she doesn't shut up. No, it's,
Tiger, we are sad too. He says, I'm fairly new, got hooked, and now I'm sad. Look, there is 378 episodes of this thing. You can go back and watch us grow up. If you listen to that first episode, it's a lot of fun.
three dudes.
Three
around a mic.
dudes around a microphone.
It's not Brett.
It's not even
obviously
me.
Chris.
I don't
Yeah.
even show up till the second episode, and then
Yeah.
I disappear for like
Third
30 more.
episode. Third and fourth.
My bad.
Part 2. San Diego
I think it was E3.
E3 part 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
Episode 3 and 4.
Yeah.
R.I.P. E3.
R.I.P.
We outlasted
Yeah. But no, like it's Brett looks way different in that first episode. Yeah.
Just a sound wave.
Yeah. But no, like
Yeah, for
we've done this for a while, so
a while, it was me, Tyler, and Chris.
Yep.
Then we added Brett.
Shout out to Chris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out Chris, who really carried the beginning because he
Yes.
did the audio edit and he posted it.
yeah, without him this thing never would have
Yeah.
gotten off the ground.
Yeah.
Yep.
So huge shout out to Chris. If you're watching or listening, we appreciate you
Yeah.
greatly.
Designed our original logo.
Yeah.
It was kind of a funny logo. It was just word art, I think, but
Hey, it was
I
cool.
still love that logo.
It was cool.
I need that logo on a t-shirt.
I'll see what I can do.
Yep.
Can make that happen, I'm sure. I gotta find it.
Bestseller. It's probably still in my Apple feed.
Probably.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah.
Or you could just find it on the SoundCloud. Or is that discontinued?
I think
No, I logged into it.
I think SoundCloud only shows you like like when you're not subscribed to like paying. I think it only shows you like a certain number of them. I don't know if it's the original or the beginning or the most recent, but
Tiger has a pretty good chat here.
Oh.
Please do a spoiler before I check. Has Tyler ever had facial hair? My facial hair is very puby. There were definitely times where it was a little longer than necessary, but no, not in the good sense, I'd say.
Sorry, you brought up facial hair.
I don't know.
Can we revisit my nasty ass mullet that I had during COVID because I was like, haircut places aren't open.
You had the mullet.
You had
I
a man bun
just
thing, yeah.
long hair.
Yours looked decent though.
Yeah.
I looked like white trash. Dude, I saw a picture of it the other day and I was like, I should have listened to everybody that was like, you should get a haircut. I looked horrible. No wonder I'm still single. I had that dirty mullet for a year and a half. God dang it.
Sorry for all the peeking there.
Walked straight out of the trailer park.
Lemke said my wife was so excited when Brett and Luke finally got haircuts.
Lost 10 pounds.
Oh, that's funny.
God dang.
There are a lot of memories from this show, man, that I think I'll look back on fondly. And I'm glad that they are
yeah.
forever documented on the internet for people
Right.
to laugh at us.
Can I just say I found my 5 perfect movies?
Oh, yeah.
And you gotta remember, I gave them categories.
Right.
And I felt like this also really helped me pick 5.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't believe there is such thing as a perfect movie.
JT said you looked like Mike Gundy. He's the head coach of Oklahoma State football. I'll pull up a picture. Do your movies.
Go Pokes, right?
Yeah. Wow.
All right, so these were the 5 categories: the favorite, the classic, the nostalgic one, the one nobody's seen, and the eye roller. No, dude, I looked way worse than that. I looked sick.
That picture's from
I looked
like
sick.
this year.
Like, I saw the picture of myself and I looked sick. It was COVID season though,
Yeah.
but I never got COVID. Shout out me, never got COVID. I'm built different. Because I'm white trash apparently.
Trailer Park Luke ain't get sick.
Straight out of the trailer park. So my favorite was Interstellar.
Okay.
The classic was Once Upon a Time in the West. God, that is one of the best movies ever made. Nostalgic one is Back to the Future.
Yep.
I think on my list that is the closest one to actual perfect movie. The one nobody's seeing is Sing Street, and the eye roller was Hot Rod.
Yeah.
Because like that is not a well-made movie. So if you would talk to a cinephile or something,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot Rod, the best categories. I'm never deleting that
I love it.
list there.
That's a great
If
list.
I keep anything, it's that list. And all my predictions, obviously.
Of course.
Yeah.
And the list of every episode we've ever done. I'm keeping everything.
So it sounds like you just have a hoarding problem.
It's all digital, baby. I'll hoard it in my trailer
He's
park.
a digital hoarder.
Let's see. We had another fan box, or is there more? We had another fan box.
Oh, we had another fan box question?
We did.
Who's
It's
this one?
from JT.
Okay.
What is the best one-liner in film?
Ooh.
I'm giving examples, but you pick what comes to mind. Life finds a way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll live my life a quarter mile. I am no man. And for some reason, I just felt like running.
It's a good one.
If you ain't
good one.
first, you're last.
Are these just ones he wrote?
These are just
down?
These are ones
examples.
JT wrote.
Okay.
Welcome to the party, pal. Can't do Bruce Willis. Those are all great.
Those are all great.
I don't
are all
know
great.
what the best one is, but the first one that comes to mind immediately is, "Look at me, I'm the captain
I'm
now."
the captain.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I didn't really write down lines, but I wrote down movies that I quote all the time. Like Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
Dumb
Dumb and Dumber has some
and
great
I
ones.
honestly think this would probably be the one for me is the "So you're telling me there's a chance." Just instantly quotable, can be used almost in any situation, and it's the funniest.
Lepke used one just a minute ago.
What did he say?
This is my hat now. One of my favorite parts of that movie.
Another
that's
one
good.
for me is Hot Rod again.
Oh, yeah.
Instantly quotable. Ultimate punch. I said that all the time in college.
This is my hat now. There's Hot Rod, baby.
My equivalent of that would be,
Yeah. This is mine now.
oh, shoot. Why can't I think of...
I've been drinking great tea all goddamn day.
Eat your food, Tina.
Napoleon Dynamite.
Napoleon
Boy
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Baroque has Jason Statham kicking a guy into a shark's mouth and saying, "See ya, chum."
I love those
Another one
movies.
that comes to mind from Friday Night Lights. I love all y'all, baby, for the state championship. For whatever reason, the way he delivers that line is so funny to me. But that
Yeah.
one's good.
Yeah.
My name is Jeff. That's a good one.
Friday Night Lights adjacent, Blue Mountain State. Are you gonna slap my ass or not? From an actual good movie, my favorite line in the entire movie of Back to the Future is, "You telling me you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?" I am so caught off guard by that line every time I watch it.
Yeah.
I've probably seen that movie 15 times.
Yeah. I don't know. Han Solo's got quite a few.
I know.
Sorry about the mess. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some good Star Wars ones.
You want to talk to God? Let's go talk to him together. Indiana Jones.
Yeah, there's a bunch. I'm trying to think if there's any.
I got family.
Shrek. The donkey with the waffles. And in the morning,
I'm
making waffles.
Or just Farquaad. Some of you may die. The guy's like, oh.
That's a sacrifice I am
Oh.
willing to make.
Denzel in Training Day has a bunch too. That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Mmm.
That's the
Ooh.
one JT mentioned.
Spaceballs. You guys found anything? Man, we ain't found shit.
Oh.
Anything from,
Hey, Blinken.
yeah.
Mel Brooks.
From Mel Brooks,
Yeah,
yeah.
Mel Brooks is
Did
fantastic.
you say Abe Lincoln? No, I said Abe Lincoln. It worked in Blazing Saddles. Oh, actually, I actually quote this all the time, and I think my family would be disappointed if I didn't say it. It's from Men in Tights. Anytime at a dinner, if somebody says the word roll, I say, well, a roll's a roll.
Yeah.
And a toll's a toll. And if we don't get no tolls, we don't eat no rolls. I say it I'd say 99 out of 100 times.
That's a great
Logan, a
one.
roll's a roll.
Oh, goodness.
Time for a Mel Brooks marathon, man. I love
true
those
that.
movies.
I've been thinking about watching Men in Tights. I haven't seen it in a while.
Tights.
Inconceivable.
I have a mole? Oh my gosh. That was a great question, JT.
Yeah, that was
That
good.
I had a lot of
was.
fun doing that. And
That-
there's infinity more, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And
No.
I'm looking. Is there last second questions in the?
I think there was one further up, but I can't remember what it was.
Do I need to get
Oh.
up there and scroll through?
Oh, Tiger asked about the Golden Globes.
Oh yeah, we talked about those. Any
We
Golden
did talk
Globe
about
comments?
the Golden Globes. If there was something else that we missed.
My computer died, so I
Ah.
can't see chat anymore.
I could get up close and scroll back
Get
real
up
quick
close.
because
That's-
it wouldn't be a real What the Family
Without a-
episode if we didn't do something a little silly.
Great
like-
one-liner. I ain't got time to bleed. Predator.
Here's another one. Zero fun, sir. Is football fun? You having fun?
Oh, Petey.
Zero fun, sir.
Why are you smiling?
I run 8 plays like Novocaine. Give it time. It'll work.
Is that from
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans? Okay.
I can pretty much quote that whole movie. but
Do it right now. Quote the entire movie.
No, absolutely not.
So it opens. No.
Anyways, so there's this kid. Who's your daddy?
You're killing me, Petey.
Who's your daddy, Gary?
If you have a
Whoa.
surprise son, can you name him Petey? So I can, like, he can.
You can
do
yell,
something
"You're
stupid
killing
on
me, Petey."
You're killing me, Petey. When he's a professional athlete,
Sure.
he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs,
That's a lot of wishful thinking.
and he'll miss a kick or something. I'm assuming he's gonna be a kicker.
Yeah, I hate kickers, so that would be perfect, honestly.
That's why he's gonna do it.
Yeah, that would honestly
He's like,
make
I'm gonna make my dad like kickers.
so much sense.
He's gonna like doink a kick. You'd be like,
Did
"You're
I
killing me,
see
Pete."
your Twitter DM? I just saw that pop up.
My, who, yours?
Yeah, JT had sent me. It's the Ghost of Tsushima anime stuff.
Oh.
I think we're good, Brett. I think we are good.
I have a question. This is easy, don't worry.
Team.
This could actually
What
be an
team?
entire episode.
That's a good one too.
I just want to know everybody's best of the year.
Left side, strong side.
Oh, best of 24.
Yeah.
Like best movie.
Yeah, best movie, show, game, if you have one.
Best game is College Football 25 for me.
You think I beat a game this year?
You beat Final Shape. Tell me I'm wrong. I know you did.
I
'cause
beat
we
the
did it
campaign. I
together.
haven't played any of the expanded stuff.
That's not true. We did Exotic Mission together.
I haven't beaten all of the exotic stuff. Never mind.
Hey, one's being released tomorrow.
Sounds like I should fire it back up.
Let's go.
Yeah, so this is obviously, not having seen everything, right?
Yeah.
I think
And let me know everybody in chat your favorite movie, show, game of the year, whatever. Brett will read them after, or Tyler.
I think my favorite show was The Penguin. And my favorite movie, I don't think it's the best movie, but I think it's my favorite movie, was Rebel Ridge.
That was not what I was expecting, and I so approve of the choice.
Yeah.
I for sure thought it would be Dune.
Dune I think is the best movie. It's number one up here in terms of like on like the full scale. If I'm judging it,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the best movie. If I'm not judging it from like a technical standpoint, I'm just saying what is my favorite movie. Rebel Ridge was something that was like out of left field. It's that movie that took me. It's a little bit like Vengeance. It just kind of took me by surprise. Like, whoa.
Not expecting banger.
This banger of a film.
Netflix original.
Yeah.
You're
So-
talking over here. It's a streaming movie. Your favorite movie was a streaming movie.
I also assumed you guys would probably mention Dune, so it didn't need to be mentioned multiple times.
I'm sitting here. Yes. Yeah, for me it's Dune. I don't.
Favorite movie is Wicked. Life changing, man.
Good one.
Been waiting for that movie for a decade.
7 years since this podcast was
Longer than
yeah.
the podcast.
Yeah, for me it's Dune.
Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
Looks like I see a Rebel Ridge in the chat because of our recommendation.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Heck yeah.
I'm glad we helped one person in this.
Trevor
world.
said Monkey Man.
Man. Hey, Monkey Man, I had some problems with, but I respect that.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. I just think it's a little crazy for me.
I
Yeah.
got seasick during it.
TV Freerin. Ooh, that's a good one. That's an anime. It actually was picked as anime of the year by IGN too.
Oh, dang.
Apparently, I've had a lot of people like
Recommend.
recommend it.
I've
It's
heard
a
it a
fantasy.
lot,
It's a
too, yeah.
fantasy anime.
That sounds like fun.
And then Dune 2. Good choice, JT. I'm
Yeah.
with you there.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that was like going to be the worst kept secret of the year for Tyler.
Sure.
You guys know how much I love that book. So if
Yeah.
it was any kind of made well, you knew I was going to love it. And
Yeah.
with Denny, I had no doubts. Like, I wasn't too
It's so
worried.
solid. It's so solid.
For me, show is kind of complicated. I'm really indecisive on what is my favorite. I thought it was going to be Arcane,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm really stuck on Fallout. Like, I can't get it out of my head.
Yeah, Fall was great.
Fallout shouldn't have been as good as it was. And I was expecting Arcane to be the best show of the year. That freaking ghoul, man, he got in my head. He's good.
My show?
I'm going to go Fallout.
Mm-hmm.
Never in a million years would I have thought I would land here, but Solo Leveling.
Nice.
Nice.
I-
Know what you should watch, Mr. Anime Boy?
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood?
Yes.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, Solo Leveling for me is probably my favorite show of the year.
Or
Closely followed by The Penguin.
Voltron.
Well, I'll have Monday nights free.
Technically not an anime, but watch it with your kid.
Yeah, Solo Leveling to me was a huge surprise. So many people recommended it. They were like, Tyler, it's right up your alley. And like I've heard that a lot, and then I watch it. I'm like, it's not. This was. This
was.
very much was.
Man, we were talking about things you got into because of this podcast. Anime got me into.
Yeah, that's.
Mm.
Yeah.
I never would have watched anime, and then Chris was like, "You should watch this anime."
It was a try new things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good bit.
Something we should have done more.
More of.
Yeah.
We should have done more of Training Things.
But
for
we
sure.
started reviewing things too much, but no.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Streaming happened, and then it was like there's something new every week.
Yep.
yeah. And
And
then like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is actually like one of my favorite shows. I
Yep.
will rewatch it quite a bit. Shout out Chris again.
Shout out Chris.
Yeah, Solo Leveling Boys Night In. That was horribly interrupted by my daughter puking everywhere
Oh no.
while we were in Broken Bow for vacation.
right.
So,
Mustard. Is
yeah,
his favorite album?
GNX. Yeah.
Ooh, favorite album? I don't know if I listen to enough new music. My brother's music's the best. Shout out.
Shout out LZ.
I don't know if I have.
21 Pilots albums is good. I like that.
I don't know if I have a favorite album this year.
I don't listen enough.
I don't listen enough to like
I
the only like
listen-
new album that I know that I listened to this year is the new Linkin Park album.
You know what my most listened to music was this past year? Marty O'Donnell, because I listened to a lot of.
soundtrack. Yeah.
Halo soundtrack.
and Destiny probably.
You know what my most listened to for December is going to be probably once it updates again? Mahler. Do you even know who that is?
Nope.
Have you seen Tar?
Yeah.
So she's going to conduct the Mahler number 5.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've been listening to his. Like all of December. That's really all I've listened to.
I'm gonna say mine's "Searching for Solace" by The Ghost Inside.
Nice.
You guys would never listen to that,
No.
but
Game, I mentioned it earlier. It's Indiana Jones. And for me, it's not even close. I know I didn't play a ton of games. I definitely didn't play all the games that I wanted to. Like, I made a list of the year. Like, I want to play these games. Half of them were delayed to next year.
Yeah.
And then the rest, I just never got to.
so
Well, there was Destiny content, so you had to run Lake of Shadows again.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. The Final Shape was awesome.
Final Shape was awesome.
Like, I was just locked into Destiny for a while.
Yeah.
And then now it's kind of really, really died off. But hey, new exotic mission tomorrow.
I liked Deadpool and Wolverine, all of the winks.
Ah.
Nice. My game is college football, and it is evidenced by I have 2 games that I think are very good, that I really want to play, and I try to play them, and I boot them up for like 30 minutes, and I'm like, but I really just want to play college football. Like that is where I'm at, and like
It's like the mark of a great game.
that's right. Like it's so hard. Like I'm 10 hours into Dragon Age, and I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I booted up to play it, and I'm like, man, I'd rather be playing college football right now.
Yeah.
And it's not because Dragon Age isn't good. It's not because Metaphor is phenomenal. One of the best games I think I've ever played, and I'm not very far into it, but I could quickly tell you I'm obsessed with it. But all I want to do is play College Football 25. So, I mean, it's not, like you said, Indiana Jones, and it's not close for you. That's how I am with college football. Like I told Dana today even, I said, when College Football 26 comes out, I probably just shouldn't buy other games.
Yeah.
Because I won't get to them.
Right.
I never got around to Astrobot. I never got around to Rise of the Ronin. I never got around to Star Wars Outlaws. I never got around to Stellar Blade.
They're
and
basically-
I never got around to Warhammer. So.
They're basically giving away Star Wars Outlaws at this point. It's on sale literally every time I see it.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's
it will
Ubi.
be free eventually because
Yeah.
it's EA.
Speaking of that, I didn't mention this in news. If you have PS Plus, Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League is free to for PS Plus.
Oh,
January,
really?
Yeah. That and Need for Speed game. I think Hot Pursuit.
Okay.
But I'm gonna download Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League. If somebody is like, "Hey, I'm gonna try this out," I'd be like, "Yeah, I'll run around with you and shoot
Does
stuff."
it give you
Right.
the DLC? So you can like use Joker and
All that's just free.
oh, it is.
So probably.
Oh wait, it was already free or
Yeah,
it
it's
is
it's all like their seasonal episodes. You can unlock all the characters for free.
included?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not. But
I don't know.
it's there.
But it's a
I think
thing.
Deathstroke comes out this month for their final season or whatever.
I was
How's
gonna
he
say
gonna
that's
fly around?
the end of
I
the.
don't know.
He's gonna have moon boots.
He'll have the rocket boots from Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
He probably will.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, neat. As we wrap up here, I want to know, for anyone who wants to kind of, the podcast is ending, but stick with us. Whether that's Luke. I know you've talked about maybe posting some reviews. I know
think
we
Luke-
all do some letterbox stuff.
Yeah.
Like where are there places online that people can kind of follow each of us in a way that we want them to follow us?
Well, I think Luke said he was going to start a Joker 2 like fan club.
Yeah.
So him and all the fans of Joker 2 can
Yeah, so I
get
can
together.
find them and beat them up. Welcome, Joker 2 fans. You're officially part of the American Squid Game. And if you win, you get to watch Joker 2.
That was way darker than I expected it to go.
I'll start, I guess. We've talked about it a couple times here and there over the last couple years, but I have my film studio. We've been doing mostly short films for now. Turkey Red Studios. You can go follow that on most of the socials. Instagram and Facebook are where I post the most, just because that's what gets the most interaction. But I'm still on Twitter, X for now. I'm over on Blue Sky, so you can find me in a couple places. And then personally, you can follow me at BR Eitzen, BREITZEN, Brightson. So yeah, feel free to stay in touch and follow what I'm doing, and hopefully I'm still wanting to create things to share with people, right? Like, the podcast is what that is. Like, it was always a conversation between the three of us, but we wanted to share it with others, whoever wanted to listen. That could be no one, or it could be 1,000 people.
Yeah.
But, hopefully I'm
don't
still
think it's
creating things here in the future that people want to watch and discuss, and I'd love to be the topic of someone's podcast. What I'm creating, not me personally, but the topic of
Wanna
someone's
start a
podcast
and we only talk about books?
someday.
Release 2 episodes.
Hopefully,
Welcome
it's
to
not
episode
hosted by
42.
Luke and Tyler.
Episode 42. For the 42nd time, we're gonna review the book Broken Door.
Yeah, for me, you can follow me on Twitter, Tyler_19_Davis, or Instagram, Tyler10Davis.
Pick a number, bro.
I wore them both in college. So. I think for me, as far as creative outlets go, we've talked a little bit. Luke mentioned, keeping the website alive, maybe posting some reviews there. I may join in that here and there. Not a ton, but I would like to maybe do some of the book reviews I write on there, or some movie reviews or game reviews, things like that. I've talked to a couple people about guesting on some sports shows.
Nice.
So if I get those opportunities, I'll post about them. And people can watch those if that's your jam. Otherwise, if you don't know, I help Brett quite a bit with a lot of his film stuff. And I'm usually a sounding board for a lot of his ideas, as well as an echo chamber for a lot of his social media posts. I will throw those up on my socials as well.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, I think that's essentially what I'll be doing. I've kind of thought about maybe starting a little blog where I just write about sports stuff.
Nice.
Sports.
I'm a big football guy, as the people here tonight know.
What?
And so I may, write a little bit. Just, it's cathartic for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I eat, sleep, and breathe that stuff. It's pretty much all I think about.
Dang, and you got 2 kids.
Yeah. So funny enough, the last thing I'll say here,
Pray for Dana.
when the Commanders hit 11 wins, which is the most I had seen in my lifetime, now they're at 12. Someone asked me, "Oh, how does it feel?" And I said it was the 4th best day of my life, only behind my 2 children's birth, my wedding,
Yeah.
and then seeing the Commanders win their 11th game. So yeah, I think I may do some stuff like that. Also on Letterboxd, if you're on any of the reading apps, Goodreads or Fable. Feel free to add me on there as well. If you want that information, just shoot me a DM on Twitter or something.
Ooh, sneaking in.
Um,
I'm gonna shoot a DM to
you
you.
can slide in my DMs.
Oh, heck yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me. I'll be helping Brett with things. I'll be hanging out with Luke and Brett at times. Still playing D&D, stuff like that. So yeah, man. Go Commanders.
Go commies.
Go Manders.
My Instagram is luke.zilke, and my Twitter is luke_zilke.
Dude, pick a punctuation.
Format.
Pick a punctuation.
I think Instagram didn't allow the underscore.
Mm.
I can't remember.
How rude.
One of them didn't allow one of them. And
That's
I was
dumb.
like, what the heck? That's dumb. Maybe it will now, though, and I can change it. But my letterboxd is LukeZ_WhatTheFanboy. Might change that now to just Luke_or.Zilke.
Whichever it'll allow.
We'll see which one wins.
Yeah.
The dot or the line.
Flip a coin.
You can just go to my profile. I've got a link to my letterboxd, at least on my Instagram.
Luke writes some great letterbox reviews.
I've
they're
been-
usually they're not too long. They're typically pretty short and sweet and entertaining.
Dude, the Nosferatu one is my favorite.
I've been leaning more into the comedic side of Letterboxd recently, and it's been fun.
What was my Wicked review?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of the time, if it's like a movie that I like actually did love, I'll just be like normal serious review. I hate writing books on Letterboxd though, and just so you know, if you write a book, I ain't reading it. I think that's why people should have websites and keep your eye on What the Fanboy, because
Yep.
something might go up and
Yep.
you can read it. It won't be like a daily blog post.
No.
It'll be like, once in a blue moon, I watch this movie or game or show or book, or please watch my short film, and
Yeah.
it might be a thing there.
Yep.
So like you can still follow What the Fanboy.
Yeah.
We'll probably
We'll
tweet
post
out
those links and stuff. Yeah.
from it every once in a while. Yeah. Maybe I'll just delete mine and I'll just use What the Fanboy and I'll
There you
become
go.
it.
Luke becomes. He inhabits it.
It is my affliction.
Perfect.
Oh my gosh. Well.
Man, I know people love that movie, but it's just so easy to make fun of. Felt like I had something else.
Okay.
I don't remember though.
Twitter and Instagram.
Twitter and Instagram.
SoundCloud.
What the
I don't
fanboy.com.
tweet a lot. I might
don't-
start more now though, now that I don't have an outlet.
Mm.
My last Instagram post. Oh, I guess I posted on Instagram on my brother's birthday. Before that, it had been like 2 years.
Oh wow. Yeah. So
But
not
I,
updated frequently.
I post more on my story, and it's usually Letterboxd
Yeah.
reviews.
Sure.
Yeah, Letterboxd is fun. That's honestly where I spend probably my most time
Yeah.
actually posting. But yeah, keep your eyes on it if you want to. I don't really care. Don't be offended if I don't follow you back. It's not because I don't want to. It's because I don't want to. No, it's
Oh my gosh.
most of the time I just forget. I have like 38 Facebook friend requests. I'll get on Facebook once a month and I'll see them. I'll go,
I don't feel like looking
I'll
at
look
it.
at
I'll
it.
review those
I'll look
another
at it
day.
another day.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe
That's
I
right.
should just accept every single one of those.
Surely none
Be
of
like,
them.
actually, I'm not dead.
Surely none of them are bots.
Yeah.
I think Easton is one. Sorry, Easton.
Sorry, Easton. Oh my gosh.
Unless Easton is a bot. You punk bot. Censorship.
Oh goodness. All right. Well, hey,
Let's land it.
it's been a hell of a run.
Yeah, man.
I'm so grateful to these guys next to me. I've just been so blessed by you guys and appreciate everything you've done and what we've done together for the last 7.5, 8 years. Has it been 7.5 years or 8 years? No, we can't be
Close.
8.
It would have been 8 in June.
So
Yep.
7.5 years.
June 4th.
Yeah, this is, goodbye for now, but like we just said, you guys can follow us on our next adventures, and
We'll obviously be back next year when every single dumb prediction we just made comes
some.
true. It's like,
Look, if we go
have
up
to do it.
100% on predictions, we will have a live stream. I'm setting it all back up.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we'll be working for Jason Schreier at that point. You're like, how'd you do it? Just made it up, and it was true.
Yeah, who scooped you guys?
That's why they call me the Oracle.
We're just in the
Oh, that was a fun bit for a while.
Yeah.
portal.
I was the Oracle for like 8 weeks. Where I'd
Oh.
like say something randomly, and then that week it would happen.
Happen.
Be like, the Oracle.
It is your affliction.
No, it's my blessing.
Blessing.
people can't
blessing,
handle it, but
not
I
a
can.
curse. Not a curse.
That's why I'm so humble, not ignorant.
Good
oh
Lord.
my goodness. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Well,
I would just echo what you said, man.
Oh, yes.
Love you guys. This has been a lot of fun.
Go.
Yeah.
We're not like breaking up as a friend group.
No.
Oh, I thought I was never gonna see you again. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
you're probably gonna see me.
I was like, what am I gonna do for the rest of my life? I'm gonna
Probably
work
gonna
a-
see me in like
work a normal job.
You're gonna see me like 2 or 3 Mondays from now because I'm out of town next week and be like, you guys want to go to the mystery movie Monday? Like,
Mr.
something
Movie Monday?
ridiculous.
B-dubs? Anyone
Yeah.
want to do B-dubs?
Who's
I'm,
that?
I'm honestly like really curious what next Monday night's gonna feel like. Am I just gonna be like sitting at home, just be like,
What do I do now?
this feels weird.
Just text me. We'll figure out something.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be in
I
Boston.
know he won't be around,
Do
but
you want to cuddle? Send.
of
I'm
course.
not removing our group chat either.
Of course.
That's just gonna stay what the
Do we have to
fanboy in my
rename
phone.
it, though?
No.
No.
Oh, okay. I didn't know like
Heck no.
legally.
So I guess
I guess
let's
the
just
website's
wrap this
still
thing up. We're stalling.
No.
Thank you
Wait,
all
I got one more fan box question.
for all of the memories. Until we see you wherever we see you. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks for watching and listening.